to the sea, baby, I never say, for I will fall into the light. Every time I try to breathe, the moon will rise and carry me, for I've loved and I have died. So I won't hold back, and you should know that what's never gone just have regrets. So I won't go back. Oh, Lord, guide me to forget the time I lost with no regrets, and the moon shine back again.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first of the All-Star Games. Today, we have the first prospect game, and it's myself, Dispatch, and I'm joined in the cast move by Potter. We are very excited to get into this game.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you, Mo. It's been an amazing season through RSC9. The best 6 players in prospect all lined up for us here. I mean, do you know anything about these players before we get into it? We got everybody in the lobby, they're raring to go. But I mean, any final info? We haven't really given much info. We've only just started. But have you got any information to tell the people about before we get into this series?
Not very much, no. I don't really know this tier very well, but standout players for me has got to be Endrick on the red side of the pitch, or the orange side, sorry. And then on the blue side, John W. 2 players that were battling it, and I believe it was Endrick that did beat John in the final to win prospect. So between those 2 players, looking like the MVP for their rosters in that grand final, definitely maybe the MVPs for the All-Star teams today.
Yeah, for the red team and All-Stars, a best of 7, by the way, for the first time ever in All-Stars this season. JPEG, Dehydration and Endrick was the proposed roster, but it is going to be Bucket, JPEG and Endrick for the red side. And for the blue side, it was meant to be Cicada, John, and Tani, but Max Power is coming in for Tani. So still, commiserations to Tani and Dehydration for not being able to get here. But huge congratulations to them for making the All-Stars.
As we do try to get into this first game, we do have a best of 7. So it will be quite an interesting series. We'll be seeing this for all of the tiers today, but as we do finally get into this, interested to see where this one goes. These players, not having much experience with each other. The chemistry definitely won't be there. It's very much every man for themselves in this kind of scenario. JPEG left awkward in the defense here. Max Power is a slow dribble, and Little Boost tries to flick over and gets this one to the back post. This one off the post now. John ready to collect. 14 seconds in, and All-Star Blue takes the lead.
Yeah, Max Power had no boost to his name, picked up a pad, was able to get a great flick past the last defender. John's there to clean it up, and it sends the blue side up 1 goal in the first game.
As we get straight back into it now, we are in for a very long game, and my prediction is definitely going to be on this orange side with both Endrick and JPEG, very strong players coming out for them today. It'll be interesting to see how this one develops as Endrick getting a bump now, maybe an opportunity. Cicada racing back for this one. JPEG trying to get this one on net, but it's bounced off the corner. John and Endrick now to pinch this one long, but Max Power already there. This one floating middle, trying to get the ball across. John, stolen boost, maybe has a chance to send this one back into the centre, but JPEG to cut this one out. Cicada backwards, unable to make contact, but this one finds its way to the back, but Cicada clearing this one away. Now Endrick might be looking for a back pass, but misses this ball as John send it long. Still trying to follow this ball, but Bucket, a slow catch in the defense. Tries to get a dribble out now, met out by Cicada. This one finds its way into the corner. Max Power there to meet this one, finds its way dangerous on the back, but maybe a sharp opportunity. Cicada in the midfield, might be able to get this one to the corner. Endrick's backflip, able to clear that one away. Pressure relief for this orange side.
Yeah, I mean, I know you touched on the orange team saying that they are your favourites to win, but for me, it's the blue side. Of course, predictions are going to be unbelievably tough with these players never playing with each other before, but we can already see how well this blue side are gelling together. They've had all the pressure on this orange side. Orange side haven't been able to break out of their defense. They go down 2 goals now, and with a minute 30 gone, it seems like this orange team, they're not working as well as maybe they would have hoped.
A lot of faith in Cicada by the orange defense to think he does get a wall double tap. If that's the amount of faith he's putting into this orange side, then what a player he is for Prospect. Those mechanics you don't see as you get further up as this one nearly found its way in through John off kickoff. Endrick trying to edge this one out. Gets the flip reset over two. Might just be rolling in, but Max Power able to get the clear to the corner. Missing this one. JPEG maybe with an opportunity. Tries to fake out John. Still manages to make contact. 2 players commit now. Endrick send this one to his own half. Awkward for them as Boost gets stolen. Cicada tries to send this one middle. Finds way across John waiting. Popping this one middle. Cicada back in for this one. Maybe a short opportunity at the far post. Nothing coming as this one. Up high into the air. JPEG try to get a touch. Endrick missing. Trying to protect the shot. JPEG all on the back line. Pops this one up. Endrick and Buckets double commit to clear this ball. Max Power a bit of time in defense, but immediately gets rushed out by Buckets. The ball now finding its way to this blue side. No one down in the net. Max Power trying to cover the read. Not there for the offense. And the blue team transitioning away now. Orange just not able to get themselves on the board.
Not at all. Endrick just clearing this one across goal. Gets a musty flick past centre, but Cicada's going to cut it out. It does fall into JPEG's car. John's going to be there to chase it down, looking for a touch middle for one of his teammates to get on the end of, but Buckets and Endrick double commit when none of them make contact with the ball. Infield pass from JPEG straight to Cicada on the opposite team. Buckets able to clear his lines. Endrick looking for a redirect. JPEG again not able to find a touch to get it out of defense as Cicada trying to pop it down. Maybe a potential doomsday dish, but it's cut in at the far post by Max Power. It wasn't Max Power, I believe. I believe it was John who was there. But Max Power stealing it on the goal line. But no, it was Max Power. He followed up on his touch. He was there at the far post. He got the second touch on it. And he claims the third goal for the Blue side.
My prediction not looking very good so far. So we do have 2 minutes left and trailing by 3 are All-Star Red. JPEG with a bit of time in the defense now. And look at the mechanical plays coming out from him. So all we're going to see is an air dribble into a flip reset. Doesn't find its way in. But we did see the musty flip coming out from Endrick off the wall. The Suburb Prospect is very mechanical players. That's why they get into these all-star games, because of their stats. They're able to beat out teams in ways that aren't expected for this level. But when you do put 6 players in of mechanical ability, 2 up for this one dropping its way in, might find its way. John unable to make contact off the post. And just to reinforce my point, 2 players go up. JPEG managing to get himself the double tap. Endrick, nothing coming up. Cicada coming up short in that situation. And overall, now we may have a chance for All-Star Red to get back into this one.
The opportunity is there, the window is open for them to get back into the game, but are they going to climb through it as Cicada pops it down center? It's off the ceiling from Buckets. His touch. Max Power could have an open shot, but JPEG and Endrick are queuing up together to get that ball away. No boost from JPEG means he's going to have to leave the play. Endrick pops it down, just kind of leaves the ball again. We see this so often, plays coming through for the orange side, but ultimately they just leave the ball. It goes straight to a blue player, and Cicada gets a fourth for the blue side.
Beautiful shot for Cicada. That one just over JPEG in the defense, getting a very clean redirect to the right side of the net. That's his second goal so far, and the shot difference very apparent between these 2 teams. Only 2 for All-Star Red, 11 this All-Star Blue side. It's all been them on the offense so far, and with a minute left now, you've very much got to be questioning what can this All-Star Red team to try get forward. Endrick trying to make a solo play for himself here. No one in the midfield. Pressure now back on JPEG in defense. This one over to the corner. Manages to beat out 1. It's a 50 with Max here. Maybe an opportunity, but Buckets and Endrick both up for this one. Trying to the backboard. JPEG trying to knock this one down, but both players on his team overcommitted and double committed for that ball. Nothing able to come of this one. JPEG now reversing, misses this ball. So Cicada try to get this one middle. Endrick and JPEG double commit. The ball gets cleared into the corner. Max Power now with a bit of time gets 1 touch, gets a second, tries to get a third. No reset for him here. Left quite far alone the ball, but Endrick and Buckets once again double commit on the goal line. Try to clear this ball. John, maybe with an open net. This one cleared the post. JPEG now. Time on the backboard. Takes this one to the ceiling. This one up down to the ground. Endrick try to get on the end of it. JPEG unable to make it anything of this. Max Power try to get a double tap. Mechanics are just flying from both these teams. The bump comes out on the goal line. Buckets able to clear that one away. John with time on the ball. with 10 seconds left, it's very much looking like the All-Star Blue will be able to take this first game.
Yeah, about 5 seconds remaining now in the first game. The red side of the All-Stars have not been able to get into it. The ball hits the ground, and I mean, I want to ask you a question here. Because it's off-season now, nothing necessarily on the line for a little bit of light-hearted gameplay. I mean, all eyes are set on next season. We both know John quite well, so when I ask you this question, you can't talk about him. For the remaining 5 players, who do you see stepping up and moving up a tier and playing in Challenger next?
I could see any of these players making it to Challenger. They're the top for a reason. I think that if you're an all-star in the tiers that are quite low down, especially when it comes to prospect and Challenger, there's always going to be a high chance you can play in the tier above. All these players showing quite good mechanical ability, and we're not seeing them after they've had time to build chemistry with people. You never know how they'll perform in a tier unless they manage to get some of the things down, because lots of things vary between prospect and Challenger. A lot of that just being experience and then the MMR difference being so high. A lot of players in Challengers where you get a lot of long-standing players who in the RSC have experience with comms, teamwork, being able to build up those relationships to put themselves as a strong team on the field. It's very much where it differs. Now, after some of these players having their first season, I'd say that putting Cicada up there or even JPEG would be quite interesting to see how they perform, because they could be very good players in Challenger next season.
Well, I mean, still, at the very start of off-season, tier list, probably a long way away. One of the best parts of the season is when that tier list first gets released. But again, game number 2 kicked off here on Forbidden Temple. Red side, they're a game down, but they need to try and flip the script as John, 7 seconds in, the blue side, they're back, and they're back strong in game 2.
The orange side is trying to pull out all the mechanical stops that they can. I think it was JPEG sending that ball middle, Bucket's just turning away. Sees the player rushing in and panics on his goal line. Easy goal coming in there for John to put his team forward in the second game. A repeat of game 1 so far as John trying to get a double tap. This one bouncing off the ground nearly to the backboard, but Endrick there. Endrick and Buckets pinching this one, bouncing off the corner. Might just find its way in, but over the bar it goes. Buckets now has a bit of time, but Endrick able to cut this ball in. John now with time tries to go for the double tap, but JPEG to pop this one high. Cicada is already up for this one, sending it middle. Nothing to come of this one's Buckets to the corner now. Endrick with a bit of time, but no boost pops this one middle. Both his teammates up for this one, but Buckets managing to make contact and clear this one long. Cicada now trying to send this ball near the ceiling. Nothing comes of it. Pinch coming down. Buckets awkward on the goal line. Playing that one, but not as far as John. Trying to send this one back middle. Short opportunity here, but Cicada unable to wrap around the ball. Barely makes contact to the front post, where Buckets is waiting. Max power to pop this one high. Maybe a follow-up touch. Sends this one middle, but only into the path of JPEG. Trying to get a dunk out here, but Cicada able to deal with that one. And every single time that both his teams get going forward, it seems like the defense has the perfect mechanics to match it.
Well, I mean, we've said and we know about the All-Stars. It's light-hearted gameplay with people who you might not know. Their red team, they've eaten my words right before I'm allowed to say them, but I was about to touch on the fact that the blue side, they seem nice and composed, they're not double committing and they're trusting in each other, whereas on the goal line for the red side, it seems like it's complete chaos, but this time on offense, they do get a look in and they tie up the game.
Very awkward musty flick for, I believe it was JPEG. Yeah, it was. Managing to get the shot, just a flick or a touch, barely over the defense, managing to bounce his way in. Endrick now trying to get on the offensive for his team. They haven't got a lead yet so far in the series, only into game 2. 1-0 up to All-Star Blue so far. JPEG trying to change that. Max power awkward here. Pops this one middle. Gets another pass middle, but Endrick not ready for it. Max power manages to pick up the boost. Trying to challenge this one off the ceiling. Endrick to get a touch forward. This one falling down. Buckets manages to get a touch that deflects middle. John W and Cicada double committing, but find its way over to the left wall here. Endrick leaving the net open. Turns back in, nearly putting it into his own net. JPEG with a bit of time, unable to make contact. As 2 players commit from the blue side. Maybe a pass forward. Endrick on the end of this one. This one off the backboard. Buckets unable to get a follow-up. Plays a safe third man. Endrick taking the ball off his teammate there. We're seeing a lot of collision between Endrick and Bucket so far. A lot of double commits coming out. This is the type of thing you will see when players haven't played with each other for very long.
JPEG getting the save here though for the red team. It's a full centre again for John W. Shot goes into the bottom right hand corner. Back to it. claiming a safety medal. JPEG on the attack now for the red side, trying to get their first lead in this series. But Max Power on the flip side does claim a goal for the blue side. 2-1 for them in game 2. It seems like it's all in their hands at this point in the game.
Max Power's driving that one in, flipping it past Buckets, trying to rush back for his side, and it has been JPEG all for his team so far. The point difference definitely showing 130 there. He's on 400 himself. 1 goal, 3 saves, 2 shots, pretty much pulling out everything for this roster so far. Let's see a lot more from him and Endrick going forward, but Endrick in the bottom of side is JPEG once again bailing his team out here off of a redirect. Endrick, the man himself, up for this one. Has time and boost, but just overshooting the ball a little bit, gets an awkward touch, gets a second one, but John means rushing out. Max Power getting a redirect to the back post, but Buckets not panicking, managing to try to clear this one out. Endrick double committing for this ball. John maybe with an opportunity, defender rushing in, this one pinching off the post. Nothing comes of that play. Buckets trying to send this ball to the ceiling, now drops down, gets a touch over one. Endrick on the end of this one, might find his way in. John camouflaging himself with the post there, and manages to come out and get the ball out. Max Power trying to get this one middle for his team. Cicada tries to follow this ball up. This one dangerously off the corner, but no one to meet this one as Buckets banging along. Max Power now gets absolutely clotheslined by JP giving Endrick the ball. This one taking itself to the skies, but John able to beat out both players coming in. Cicada maybe the shot opportunity. Buckets in last man. This ball finding its way all the way high to the backboard, and Max Power there to meet it and giving All-Star Blue the lead 3-1 in game 2.
Well, great touch from Cicada to send it onto the backboard. John, I believe he tried to pre-jump the pass middle, but Max Power does get on the end of it, claiming a third goal. So yet again, a 3-1 lead for the blue side here. A minute and 20 seconds remaining in this one. Where do you see it go from here?
Very much looking like it's all-star blue so far. They may be taking this one 2-0, and with this being a best of 7, they've still got 2 more to get. Very different from the best of 5s we saw for all of playoffs. Other than the grand final, it's definitely a journey for any team eventually trying to get that reverse sweep. And All-Star Red not looking capable of that at the moment. They're not looking very unified. As a team, they've actually managed to get more points than this All-Star Blue side, but it's because of the 8 saves they've managed to amass during this so far. JP picking up a 9th for his team now. Very awkward for them in defense a lot of time. Double commit coming out and neither of the players making contact. Very much a story of what we've seen so far. It seemed like everything mechanical trying to be done so far by these sides. Once again, JPEG trying to go for a fake there instead of just going for what could have been a very easy power shot into the net. Very much not playing with any intent, because he said there's not much on the line here. It mainly just is having fun and whatever's necessary. So I think these players are mainly just going for some highlight shots as opposed to just the win.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what we can expect from some of these players. We've said how mechanical and how talented they can be. But, I mean, it's All-Stars. They're here to have a laugh. They're here to meet new people. It's what the RSC is all about at the end of the season. You know, the best 6 players, or 8 players in this case, in the Prospect Division, they're coming together. They're having a bit of a laugh. And they're playing some Rocket League, and it's what we all love to see.
Yeah, JPEG there, 724 points for him. Miles away from his teammates, picking up a double savior, and the only goal, and the most shots for his side as well. Beating his teammates in every single statistic. Definitely like the best player on this side so far, but All-Star Blue is looking very united going forward. The shooting percentage not there for them other than Max Power, bearing the 2 opportunities he had, which I believe were open nets, provided by a bump and also Cicada's assist. Very well played by them going forward, but for All-Star Red, looking very dire for them. They've got to now manage to get the series back, being on a 2-game deficit.
Well, I'm not too sure how you'd respond. Like, it depends what's happening in the voice chats. If they are in a voice chat, are they trying to be lighthearted, or are they trying to get it for this blue side? Are they trying to give it to them and put up a fight? Are they trying to take the win? Or again, like I keep saying, I sound like a broken record. Are they just here for a bit of fun?
And yeah, that's what All-Stars is all about. Just to have a little bit of fun with people you wouldn't have played with in the season. Because I don't think there's anybody on these teams that did play with each other during the actual Prospect season. And correct me if I'm wrong, I believe we do have some people on opposing, well, being on the same team but on opposing sides. But overall, these players, not much experience with each other, but so far, very much looking like it's going to be in the blue side's favor.
Well, to kind of correct your statement or to confirm your statement, either or, 6 different players, 6 different teams. We've got John from Altar, Kikada from Icicle, Max Power from Caro, Buckets from Oberon, Endrick from the Symbiotes franchise Exelon, and then JPEG from Pluton of Galamo. So every single player on here is from a different team. It's what you'll love to see. Each player being a driving force for their team this season, helping them move on. That is definitely the case in the favour of John and Endrick, as John, as I say his name, almost sniping that shot from the heavens into the back of the net. But Endrick counter gets saved again by John. I don't know how he was back to that one. He found a way.
There's JPEG trying to get a shot of himself, faking out his own teammate and the man himself, John. But Endrick trying to make contact, once again double committing with Buckets, trying to do too much. We've seen that so far. I doubt Buckets will be happy with how many times that's happened. But overall, it is all fun and games. He just sent this one high to the backboard. Endrick already up from the left, but no angle for him to make contact. Trying to pop this one back middle for JPEG. JPEG sending this one into the center. Buckets trying to make a shot on net. Cicada backflipping, able to make contact. Maybe another opportunity for Buckets here, dropping this one in from the heavens. For the first time, we do see a lead coming out from All-Star Red.
Yeah, Kikada, maybe not the best touch. Max Power, maybe not the best carry away. It just does get sniped off of his car, straight up to Buckets, into the back of the net. And is this a start? But is this the turning point in the series for All-Star Red?
You never know until we see it, but
No,
it's not looking like it will be. Is John managing to pick up a goal here off, I believe this was a pull shot from Max Power on the defender, unable to rush back in. JPEG up for this one, dangling, tries to get back in front of it. Max Power slamming him and the ball into the net. And once again, we do have things all tied up in this third game.
Well, tied up again, but there's something which we all kind of can agree on, is the fact that the red team are not going to be taking a lead. As John trying to get on the side of it, Max Power is going to be able to get the save, pops it straight up, 47 boost to his name. JPEG with a shot, looking for the double tap. Endrick says it's cleared away by Kikada's Buckets. It's over to the left side, will redirect into his own half from Max Power. Kikada's going to have to get to it. It's a great save. Buckets is on the end of it, and it's an amazing caster curse for me to help out the rest.
Buckets and Endrick linking up. Endrick with the pass for the second time so far, and Buckets picking up his second goal in this third game. We spoke about the double commits from those two, but they're not double committing. They're looking pretty lethal together, which is not surprising in the slightest, as Buckets now trying to get some control over this ball, but immediately rushed out by John W. Endrick looking to pick up his playmaker, popping this one backwards, only into the path of John W. JPEG turning away, managed to backflip this one straight off the post. Very close save for him. Clinical defending coming out. Buckets missing this one. JPEG to try bang this forward. Maybe an open net opportunity. Cicada racing in. This one just over JPEG. Misflip comes out from him. Manages to flip forward instead of getting the double jump. And All-Star Blue, once again at the hands of Cicada now, manage to tie themselves back up again.
Yeah, Cicada's never going to miss that shot. It's free into the bottom left-hand corner. JPEG tried his best to scramble to it. But, again, tied game. This one's past JPEG from the kickoff. Is he going to be able to get it on the sidewall? He's going to have to get a good touch. It's down to Endrick. But Cicada with the dunk. JPEG tried to do too much. Got caught off guard.
And not able to return back to lead our All-Star Red as JPEG once again trying to do too much. Doesn't get the flip reset. Cicada rushing him out. He's definitely not going to miss that. No way unless the defender's there to try to save it. So now we do see All-Star Blue once again taking the lead with just over half the game left now. If All-Star Blue manage to take this third game, they will be one away from sweeping them in a best of 7. So things definitely need to change. And I'm definitely looking at JPEG, who's not had any goal involvement or shots on the board for his team so far, and gifted All-Star Blue that last one. So he definitely needs to step up if they want to take this lead back.
Well, it's kind of do or die at this point. Obviously, it's a best of 7, so they can do the reverse sweep. But does it look like they're going to at this moment in time? No, it doesn't. So they're going to have to find another goal, have to take this game and force something out of it. That way they've still got that extra life should they need it. But Buckets dropping it down, trying to give the red team a slimmer of hope in getting back into this series. Max Power driving down the right-hand flank, trying to cut inside, get it into his team. Dropped down by JPEG to John, but JPEG having the read on that one, all getting the save, pops it up for one of his teammates, but nobody opts to go for it. John's always going to get on the end. Buckets had to make a clinical save to get that one out of the net as Kakada still driving through to get on the end of it. Max Power pinch away. It's going to come off the ceiling and drop down for one of the players. No one's going to get it though as it falls through everybody. It's a great dunk from JPEG onto Kakada to keep up the pressure for the red side. Buckets, great 50-50 through. Endrick's up for it. We've seen this all before. Endrick this time not able to convert. There was JPEG still trying to drive it down the corners. John up for it off the sidewall does get that wall double tap, which is also prominent in our casting gigs. However, this one is just gonna, the time is bought excessively well from JPEG, all until John W takes it off of it.
Brilliant dunk coming out from him to just send this one just over buckets, and with 51 seconds left now, the blue team looking like they will be taking this game free. And the red team really need to try something special to get back into this one. And once again, I'm looking over at JPEG, who's left very awkward on the backboard now. I believe opting to go for a flip reset once again, working out for him this time. Unable to make a challenge as Endrick taking the ball off him. Ball finds its way to the mid wall now. Buckets try ban this one across. Max Power unable to get the double tap. Sakada sending that one to the left corner, unable to get a shot on net. Endrick try to clear this one out. Fakes out one, unable to get it around Sakada, rushing in. Buckets getting demoed, maybe an opportunity, but this one bouncing up quite awkward. Max Power up for this nonetheless, gets the flip reset, but no opportunity. Manages to steal that one as I believe it bounced off the post. Sakada may have just hit that one straight into him. What a shot that is from Max.
Yeah, it's a great shot. He got on the end of it from Kakada, but it was in the back of the net nonetheless. But wow, it was still great off the backboard to get the reset, stay in position and hit it off and to steal that goal. 20 seconds remain. It's going to be 3-0 to the All-Star Blue team, and with the top 6 players in prospect all going at it, we all probably thought it would be closer than.
As JPEG trying to get another goal for his team here would only be consolation. As this one hitting the ground, sending All-Star Blue 3-0 up now. Brilliant task for this All-Star Red side if they want to try to get into this one. A reverse sweep and a best of 7 is very difficult. So I'm not sure if it's likely. I don't know what you think.
Well, a best of 7 reverse sweep is hard in any circumstance. But when it's a best of 7 reverse sweep against some of the best in your tier and some of the best in your rank set, it seems merely impossible for this All-Star Red team. I mean, do you have any thoughts on it? Do you think that it's possible? You did predict them, but if it ends up in a sweep, you're going to look very silly.
And yeah, that's not uncommon for my predictions. I was expecting a bit more coming out from Endrick and JPEG, but Sakada, John, and Max Power look like a much better team so far. Not necessarily unfortunate for this All-Star Red side so far. All-Star Blue just looking completely like the better team. And as we do get into this Game 4, the question very much is what can happen from here? If anything looks like it's going to happen, it looks like the All-Star Blue will be taking this Game 4 and sweep coming out for them. But as we get straight into this one now, teams fill up the stadium. It'll be interesting to see how this one develops.
Well, I do believe we're on the DFH Stadium now, if I'm not mistaken. I've probably got wrong. We're probably on Manfield, something like that. All the stadiums are somewhat the same to me. They're the same sizing, and you play car football on them. As this shot from Buckets is a great snipe into the bottom right-hand corner. Man with the Scottish flag sends the red team into the lead in Game 4.
Brilliant car football and brilliant placement coming out from Buckets there to send his team forward. A lead coming out very similar to Game 3, which saw how that one ended. Even though they got the lead twice, they were not able to hang on to that one. And in the end, they were utterly dominated in the final half of that match. But now, Max Power trying to find something for his side. Sakada managing to launch this one forward, manages to get a double tap, not more contact coming out. Buckets in the end of this one from Endrick. Endrick with 1-2 coming out, maybe a ball middle. 50-50 this one out. Sakada always up for this one as another play double comes with him. I believe it was John there. Max Power left awkward. Endrick to pre-jump this one. No contact as Max Power to bang this one towards net. Might just be an open net. JPEG unable to get back. Left wide open by this All-Star Red side, and Max Power bringing his team level and back into this fourth game.
Yeah, it's a great snipe from over the halfway line, past all three players, into the back of the net. And for Max Power, has been prominent for all prospect sides this season. He's been able to get goals out of almost nothing, and this time he does the exact same against the All-Star Red team.
Takada trying to launch this one forward now. Nothing comes as this. JPEG in a 1v1 with John. Really rushed out, managing to get the 50-50 buckets. Try hook around this one. Endrick, what are you up for this one? Finding the back of the net, and with a minute in now, 3 goals so far, but All-Star Red taking the lead.
For, I believe, it is the first time in the series. It's where they need a win. Funnily enough, game 4, they're down 3 in the series. They must win this game if they want any hope of sending a game 7. But they do take it. It's a great shot. They need to try and get some kind of grip on hope of the goal to secure it though.
All-Star Red were able to take a 2-1 lead in that third game, but once again, we did see how that one ended. But overall, for this side, it's going to be difficult as JPEG do see a 2-goal lead coming out. We definitely have not seen that in this series. 3-1 now for this All-Star Red side.
Well, I said that they need some kind of grip on it, and they've done exactly that. Is it going to be enough to shut out this blue side, though, with a lot of time remaining still? Only 1 minute 20 gone in this game. Is 2 goals going to be enough to keep out the blue side?
If you've seen anything from the blue side before, it's unrelenting pressure. JPEG left on the defense now. Endrick try to clear out. Max Power popping this one high. Maybe an opportunity for him. Nothing comes of this one. Endrick to rush it in. John send this one to path of Cicada now. Ball floating dangerously. Buckets, no boost. Gets a touchdown, but immediately sent to the corner where JPEG waiting. Manages to take this one up high to the ceiling now for him. And able to make contact. Endrick to try launch one on net. Max Power immediately met out by Bucket. Cicada trying to get bumped out here by Endrick. Nothing coming of that as JPEG into the corner now, finding its way down, but John immediately rushing this ball out. Pre-flip trying to come out from him, but nothing from that play. Endrick now with a bit of time, and just flip this one forward, but no contact made with the ball. Really brilliant play coming out from him. JPEG meeting John for this ball, manages to get the best of him. Buckets Oak in the corner, opts to leave this one out, floating off the backboard now, but Max able to clear Cicada at the end of this one. John is ready in that position for the triple play, but nothing of this ball. Endrick missing the wall double tap. JPEG managing to get around the ball here. Cicada, no boost in the defense now. Maybe an opportunity for All-Star Red. Maybe a chance for a 4th goal for them. Nothing coming of that play, and now looking very dangerous for this All-Star Blue side.
Well, this blue side, I mean, I'm not sure what's happened to them. It seems like we got completely different teams playing in completely different colours in game number 4. It's where the blue side need a win, and the red side decided to start playing some good old-fashioned Rocket League as Endrick pinching this one against his goal line. That one was definitely a risky decision, as anybody from the blue team could have just got the end of it and got him a goal to get back into it. But this time it's Cicada into the top left corner. Minute 44 seconds left, and in game 4 they've got a lifeline to take this.
Cicada finding the top left corner of the net now. Buckets and Endrick unable to make something happen there. Been combining a lot to try get goals for their side, and they've been able to do so. But in defense, nothing for them. This one bouncing dangerously. John tried to bail out his team now. Ball finding its way down to the ground. JPEG to the backboard now. Maybe a second touchdown. Nothing is this one. Buckets managing to get a 50-50. This one to the post. Cicada nearly sending it into his own net. Chaucet-esque own goal nearly coming out for this All-Star Blue side. Endrick managing to miss this ball, but only into the path of Buckets. John and Max Power, no contact from them. Cicada to this one middle. JPEG got to up for this one. Maybe a chance. Buckets on the goal line. Manages to save his teammate's shot. And the defender may not have been able to get to it. Cicada now with no boost left on the backboard, but Max Power trying to air dribble this one out and buy his team time. Gets the flip reset, gets contact with the ball, gets a second reset, but nothing coming from that one. 50-50 coming out off the flip as JPEG try to launch this one downfield. But Buckets awkward in the defense now, and with a minute left, All-Star Blue really needs something. This one pinching nearly in off the post. Max Power able to get around to the bounce, and once again, we have things level.
Well, a good old question is always, is it something you need or is it something you want? And this blue side, they want this series. They were down, but they were not out in game. 52 seconds remain, and we've got it.
looking very dangerous for this side now. The All-Star Orange side did have a 3-1 lead, but they were not able to keep it. Managing to get themselves in it within a matter of around 30 seconds with this All-Star Blue side, getting themselves level, and with them being on match point overall. 3-0 up, they just need the fourth to secure the sweep in the best of 7. John trying to get that for his side. Nothing coming to fruition as Endrick to ban this one long. Carter's last man awkward, but waits out for the flip. Trying to get another pass down middle. JPEG up for this one, trying to send it up to the ceiling, but opts to get for an air dribble instead. John rushing in, unable to make contact. Max Power send this one to the left. Wall double tap coming out from him. Cicada, maybe an opportunity in the last 8 seconds now. Pop this one forward to the back ball, but no boost for him. Buckets try ban this one long. Awkward for John in the defense now. JPEG sends this one to the back ball. Maybe a chance. Nothing coming now. Buckets actually keeping the ball up. John awkward on the back wall. John now back on the ground, trying to make contact with this. JPEG getting bumped out. We do see overtime for, I believe, the first time in this series, and everything is so important for this All-Star Blue side.
Well, it's definitely for the first time in the series, because it's the first time in the series that the red team have decided to show up. But it's going to be ended in a flash. No, it's not. Cicada, the chance to win the series, and the series flashed before his eyes, and it went over the bar.
JPEG to try bang this one forward. Now, chance for buckets. Redirect coming out, but hitting the post. John managing to get demoed by JPEG. Finds his way into the corner now as the ball. But Max Power immediately sending that one long. Cicada ready for this one. John not able to make contact. Cicada with a back pass now onto the path of Max Power. JPEG already up on the wall. Endrick maybe rushing this one out. Manages to get the ball forward. John off the goal line with the epic save. Managing to clear the ball away. Crucial for his team to keep them in this one. Buckets trying to keep the pressure. JPEG missing that one, but able to get the ball behind him. Max Power wave dashing on the wall there, trying to get this one forward. John managed to get a crucial 50-50 into this corner. The ball popping up high now. Max trying to get on the end of it. JPEG managed to beat him out as he whiffs. Scar trying to get the bang forward. John awkward at back post. Gets bumped out, but nothing able to come so far. Buckets 50-50 in this one with John. Finds way to the left wall. Cicada trying to send this one forward. It's awkward over Endrick. JPEG turning in. Maybe a shot opportunity now. Not met as Cicada makes up for his miss earlier, and they do take this 4-0 sweep for All-Star Blue.
They do indeed. Was it a deserved sweep? Of course. I mean, they didn't let up throughout this entire series, and this time they took it to overtime. However, they come out on top. Like I said earlier on, they were down in Game 4. They were not out, and they've came back and they've taken the series.
And it wasn't even close in the wide scope of the series. I think in that fourth game where we did see an overtime where the orange side, or the red side, sorry, All-Star Red, were able to keep things somewhat close, managing to take a 3-1 lead, but immediately brought back by the blue side. Cicada managing to win that one for his team in such a clutch overtime, but what a series that was. My prediction being completely wrong in literally the most wrong way possible, that being a 4-0 sweep to the side, so I have to eat my own words on that one. But Potter, any final thoughts?
Well, all I can say is GG's to every single player who just played. Unfortunate for the red team, they definitely showed up in that last game, but before that last game, I'm not so sure. But still, some amazing players on both sides. Again, commiserations to Dehydration and Tani. You will still get your role in the Discord for the All-Stars of Season 9 of RSC. However, that is it for us here in the Prospect All-Stars. We'll be back with you very soon for the Challenger matchup.
Yep, you will be joined by Greybeard and Buddha, so that's it from us tonight. Goodbye, guys.
make amends with the demons you've been through. And I can't regret leaving you alone until you find your way back home. Until you find your way back home. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown. Don't let me drown.
just I wish I could carry the weight all on my back. Colors now faded. There's only so much hope in that. I can't do what I'd rather lose than lose you. Do what you gotta do, what you gotta do to be you again. Do what you gotta do, what you gotta do to put your heart
And welcome back. It is time for the Challenger All-Stars. Running a bit behind schedule, so we're going to rush and get things going. But here I am, Greybeard, and next to me is not Buddha, but instead Mr. Kingsman Gas, looking rather flashy in his attire there.
Yes, again, we're looking forward to. We had obviously Prospect All Stars, which is a 4-0, and for us, we hope it's a more two-sided game, and not just one-sided. As we get into the first game of the All Stars, 10 of the best players assigned from Challenger to play in this. So it'll be really interesting who will come out on top, the blue team or the red team.
Yeah, well, the players I'm looking out for is the one who's just touched the ball here, King Kaiser, an absolute goal-scoring machine during league play. And then, of course, Small Panda. All of these people making a name for themselves in Challenger, now in the All-Stars. Best of 7, and so far, 30 seconds in, relatively neutral, Kingsman.
Yeah, and obviously these players playing with teams they haven't played with all season. But so they're going to be finding their ground and finding the other team's ground, realistically, and trying to figure out who can do what. Because, as you said, there's players out there. All of these players can do stuff on this field. It's just whether they can link up. And that's a good flick over Casey. And that's a readout by Druvo. But Kubik's on the goal line. And really, that's the first shot in a minute. It's a slow intro, but Magnum might have it. But no, he doesn't. And as you said, relatively slow first minute, Greybib.
Yeah, so Kubik's getting in the way there, but something now. Oh, it's going to sneak in bottom right corner. Small Panda with a sneaky toe, getting a bit tangled up there. Small reading that very... Oh, okay. Well, did that pinch? No, it didn't. Small Panda banging it there and sneaking it in, and there we go. Red, 1-0 up.
As much as Mac might have wanted to get in the way and get an assist there, Panda's just snuck it perfectly past him. And that gives the red team the lead a minute in. As soon as we say it was looking kind of a slow start, Panda's able to put something away very quickly. And now the blue team will show us what they've got as Cubics with a perfectly placed shot levels the game up.
Yeah, what a banger to get them back on level terms, coming in from the midfield, rising to meet the ball, giving it a banger, and El Druvo saw it. He was right in the middle of the net, and he knew he was in trouble, did very well to even get to it, but not enough.
Yeah, and it's just these players now have got to figure out what to do, and obviously they're getting used to it. They're getting back that play style because they wouldn't have played since playoffs, which was 2-3 weeks ago. Potentially some of them not playing in an RSC or this sort of environment, so they might really have to get back used to this. As Nat and Mac showing off his mechanics, beat KZ, and that's a demo from Toe to stop Druvo on the offense. As now we're seeing relatively once again neutral ground, and it's just like we're waiting for whichever team can break away first, Greybeard.
Yeah, well, I think there was a long wait for the players in the lobby while we were trying to get things organized and ready, and that can cool you right down. Even if you've been scrimming, there has been a bit of a pinch here. Small Panda will get back and touch it away. So I think we can forgive them this first game to get themselves into it and get some sort of rhythm going. And I don't know how much time. Oh, that's going to be it. No, it's not. What a save. Clutch Slave to keep it out. I don't know how much these players have played together, if they've, had a bit of friendlies now, a couple of scrims. That's going to be in. Big Mac and Fries gets the red team back in front.
Yeah, and they might not have played that much together, as you say, but that's a useful three-man passing play. Casey just caught off guard. Nothing he can do. Expects the shot from Panda, but he passes it straight to Mac, who's slots it perfectly and regains the lead for the red team, and as half the game just ticks over. And will Blue be able to make such a quick response as they did last time? Only time will tell.
I do think they're going to come back. I fully expect them to find a way to score, and my money's on a game one overtime here. We're going to have ourselves a long best of 7 series. At least that's my early reading of it, but I am infamous for being hopelessly wrong.
Yeah, but you never know. It'd be good to see that immediately off start, considering the caliber of these players in Challenge and what they've shown throughout the season. That's a banging clear actually from Panda, I believe, as Mac is there to catch it and pass it back to Panda. Mac now almost pinches it there, but Toe in the way, doesn't get a save for it, but he was there. And now Casey now redirecting it, and just no avail as blue team need to attack now, as red team just look pretty comfortable at the moment.
Yeah, but they're getting over there into the right half. Small Panda. Oh, for a second I thought he had that read. Not in the end. Toe, his first touch a little heavy, gets away from him. So Cubics now. This is better. Gets it past one. Maybe gets it past another. Up across the Toe. Toe will put it wide, but the attack's still on. Cubics into the middle. And King Kaiser a little quiet in this game. When he has a good game, things really move. So I think he's got to come out and assert himself. Make his presence felt.
Yeah, or it might be, as you said, waiting. We know we had lobby difficulties and obviously Buddha not being here. But yeah, he might have just, his steam he might have worn off, and he might take a game or two to get into it. As Cubics and Toe currently sat obviously top of the leaderboard for blue team. But as you know, points don't matter, as Mac now looks to make it 3, but it's straight to KZ on the backboard. As it's just attack from red at the minute. Blue looking to clear out. KZ gets it done, but it's straight to El Druvo. As if Cubics clinical defense, making sure that could be an angle, but Mac misses it off the bar as red team just relentlessly attacking, and blue really need a miracle, it seems, to get the equalizer in game 1.
Yeah, their big struggle is giving away possession too quickly. Their first touches have been very heavy. Toe trying to make something happen. That was better. Couldn't make anything happen of it. Dribbled it straight and not effectively, and this is going to bounce out. Toe tries to keep it up. Nice flick. Can anyone get on the end of it? They can't. It bounces down. All-Star Red will take game number 1. So I'm happy to give them one game to, get out a little bit of nervous energy, get settled after the long wait in the lobby, but now they got to start playing, and I expect to see a lot more from Cubics, Toe, and King KZ come game number 2. Having said that, we might see an even better performance from Red.
Yeah, Red looked so much more dominant throughout the game with 6 shots and 2 saves, whereas Blue had 4 shots, 3 of them being from Cubics, who obviously is your goal scorer, and he got both your saves. So Cubics really did show what he was made of in that game. Well, we didn't see much really from Toe and KZ, and as you said earlier, KZ, when he's on his game, he's on form, can actually smoke teams at times. And I think pretty much a lot of these players could, as we saw Mac and Fries obviously with Masai make that play-ins run. And yeah, all of these players good enough. That's why they're here. And game 2, I could honestly see being an overtime, as you predicted for game 1.
Yeah, well, they didn't. It wasn't a clinical game by any means from either side, but Red doing enough to take it. So I do expect a more settled performance from either. But here we go, and we are hoping for and don't expect to see a sweep like we did in the first series, but we'll have a better picture of this in about 5 minutes time, and away they go. The kickoff relatively neutral. Mac and Fries ain't gonna get there, and now Toe, can he find a teammate? King KZ heads it all. He gets there first. Good speed, but the touch a little wide of net.
Yeah, and that's what Blue Team would have wanted. A quick start, a quick aggressive start, in fact. And Toe now with the double tap just misses it. And Cubics now off the crossbar. Very good start for Blue compared to what we saw from them last game. As KZ now to the corner, but Druvo making his save, keeping his team at neutral for 30 seconds gone. Blue Team seem to have woken up, and their offensive pressure is absolutely onslaught at the minute.
And here they come again, another attack underway. Toe, however, is beaten out by Mac and Fries. Aldruvo trying to bring it round and into front of the net. Doesn't succeed. Small Panda's going to smash it up against the ceiling, and this will give an opportunity for Blue to get back into it. Toe gets there first, so they've done much better. Their first touch is looking solid. Now they've just got to complete the final third. They've been much better getting into the final third here in game 2. But not a way to cross over the net just yet. But on a balance of play, they should be in front. Maybe something now, not yet.
Yeah, agreed. They are doing much better in this third, as you said. But now Red, looking to make an attack, and that's a double commit and a demo. Can the Red put in the ball? No, they cannot, as Mac and Fry is just a bit behind. But Druva now getting a play, looking to middle it, give Red the advantage, but Toe is there. Straight to King KZ as they look once again for another attack. Toe to the middle, just past the orange net, or red net. And just nothing is going in this net at the minute for Blue. With the amount of pressure they've had, it feels like it's not a matter of if, it's more when.
Yeah, but on the other side, there could be a counter, and we've all been there. And here, maybe it happens. All the pressure, all the attacking, and then you concede. And that is the danger. You apply so much pressure, you don't find the venom and the sauce to get over the goal line, and all of it is undone. And you find yourself behind, and you ask, how are we here? We've done so well, but we're trailing by a goal.
Yeah, and just the too much pressure can lead to a counter-attack, as you've just seen. And it was a good demo from Mac to make sure the defender wasn't getting there. But against the run of play, Red have taken the lead in the second game. And now that's straight to Eldruva, who looks for the angle, but it's off the post, but Mac is there. And they double their lead with a beautiful play.
Yeah, and this is the problem here. Massive mistake from Toe. He's trying to get to it and lands up being a huge pass into the middle. And yeah, this is tough. It has been 2 solid minutes of pressure and attacking, aggressive play from Blue. And now, 20 seconds later, 30 seconds later, they are under the cosh, 2 goals down and having to fight from behind.
Yeah, and obviously they only got 1 goal last game, and they obviously got that early on to equalise. So we know they have got that fight back left, but it's just whether that they keep making some mistakes. There's obviously Toe's crucial mistake. Gave basically the goal for Mac. But all it takes is 2 mistakes from Red Team, and Blue Team are back in it as Mac's left on his own, and KZ finds the angle, and there's 1 goal back, Greybeard.
Finally, their pressure pays off. Mac and Fries, it went from bad to worse. He knew it was a bad touch, the way it was going to the corner. Tried to rectify it, but it didn't help. And KZ taken advantage there. They've reduced the deficit, but this is the scoreline that ended game 1, so they've been here before. Can they find a way to level up and then even better, get a goal ahead?
Yeah, and if you just want to change that, if you're on blue, you hope red don't do that and score, because they haven't really had to do much this game. They've just sat back and taken the pressure and just waited for this blue team to overcommit, which they've done a lot. But Toe now looking on the ball, looking to make a pass middle. That's a rough landing for him as Panda 50 and KZ, but that's straight past him as Mac now with a 50. And once again, blue have control of that midfield. It's just whether they can get control in that final third and put the ball in the net and level this game up.
All right, well, now it's become a relatively neutral game, but I do think with a bit of more momentum from Red. But look at this play. What an astonishingly good play. And if they can bring out a few more of these, they might begin to dominate. The work from Toe, the pass, Cubics up with the read. 137 Ks an hour. What a banger.
Yeah, and that's beautiful. The perfect pass from Toe and the perfect finish. As you said, 137 kph. The defender just has to look there in shock. No time he can react to that. But they've just got to hope they don't get sloppy now as that goes across net. But no red attacker there to finish it off as Panda misses the ball. And he passes it back just to El Druvo. But that's Cubics on the ball as 2 defenders back waiting for it. And that's 50. Toe fakes to one, almost beats Panda. But to no avail. Toe looking particularly dangerous on the midfield and when he has the ball under control.
And it's good to see him do that, because I think he had seeing how he's performing here, I think he had a game that was subpar to his own performing. He's got it all. And just as I'm starting to say how he's settled and looking better, that should absolutely have been a goal, but he squirts the shot wide and lets Red off the hook, and we come into the last 20 seconds. 2-2, that's nervy here for Blue, but they keep it out, at least for the moment.
Yeah, and it's just a matter of, because this game could definitely go to overtime. Both these teams are looking solid, looking clinical now. But King KZ looks to change out of a double tap. Off the backboard, is there a blue attacker? There it is, but it's Cubics off the crossbar. And that could have been it, but Greybid. Game 2, we're into overtime.
That final play pretty much sums up the game for me for the blue side. All the attacking play without the finish. All dressed up, nowhere to go. And they've had multiple opportunities to seal this game, to wrap it up. They need to take this win, because I think it might just put them in a very frustrated frame of mind if they lose this one in overtime. A game they dominated so hard for the most part. A clutch save keeps them from going down now, but Druvo can't get on the end of it. And for the moment, Blue under a bit of pressure, but they relieve it, and here they come over to the red side.
Yeah, and it's good to see Red getting some pressure, which we didn't see much from this game. And Mac with the pass middle, but Panda's been blocked by Cubics, who looks to create an attack all on his own now. Is there a blue attacker there? No, just a simple save for Mac, who just gets completely intercepted by Cubic as Panda booms this downfield. Can Druva redirect it? No, Toe immediately putting pressure onto that ball. As we're seeing Blue spark some life into their attack now as Toe looks for the shot, but straight to Panda, and Panda now, Mac waiting on the backboard for the pass. We've seen a lot of plays from that recently. He's just been sat on the backboard when the ball's boomed upfield, waiting for a pass. But I just think it's more which team is going to crack first in this game, Greybib.
Well, it's turning into a bit of an epic. We've had a minute 20 already. Maybe it gets done now. Off the crossbar and out. Blue survive, and really Red should have wrapped it up right there, just like Blue should have wrapped it up on multiple occasions. But here we are. We're not wrapped up yet. We're heading toward our second complete minute of overtime, and somewhere between good defense and scrappy play, we haven't had a game-winning goal.
Yeah, but it could be anywhere around the corner as Toe almost gets the read, but Druvo picks up a savior off the shot from Cubics. As that's an awkward 50 there for Toe, but KZ is there to collect off of Druvo. And now Toe looking to make another attack. 0 boost though. Can he do with it? But Mac just bodies him out of the way and says, no sir, you are not having the ball anymore. But that Cubics now looking missed on the backboard. Can Matt get there? No, he can't. Another miss for the red team. And as you said, it's scrappy play. And it's just more when a play is perfected, the ball will end up in the back of the net.
Yeah, it's almost who's going to make the biggest mistake the soonest. This is an open net, surely now. Yes, it is. KZ will get it in. And Blue have leveled it up. But my word, Kingsman Gas, they have made it hard for themselves.
Yeah, the amount of chances in that game for both sides, I think, especially Blue, though, were just crazy. You thought, no matter what, from I think about halfway through, they were going to take it. And obviously they have, I think if I do my maths right, 11 shots for the Blue team and only 3 being converted. That isn't really the best rate you want, but under the pressure of Stream and under the crucial All-Stars game, the pressure might be getting to them, but it's a good game and they come out on top to level the series.
So they have the shot advantage, they've had the territorial advantage, they've had the pressure advantage. They couldn't make it count, and they in fact conceded twice before they got themselves back into it and started scoring goals. And for me, the stat where they need to improve is demos. 3 demos from the red team, only 1. For all their attacking play and aggression, could only come out with 1 demo. And I think if they up their game on the physical play, they're going to find better paths to that goal line.
Yeah, because demos are just so good in like this sort of situation. You take out a defender and you just basically free up that passing space, because what you saw a lot was that when that pass was opened up, a defender would be there immediately. As we head over to Urban Central for Game 3, will we see more demos? Who knows? Hopefully so, and if so, that would hopefully mean more goals. But now, game almost underway as we're just waiting now for some reason. As here we go, countdown begins, kickoff on the way. Game 3, here we go.
Let's go, Commandos. It's howling time. Lovely touch from Big Mac and Fries, but my goodness, what a read. And an equally strong, powerful, and long clear to the other side. KZ into the middle. I think he was looking for the shot rather than the pass, and it has made them a bit awkward as Blue look to defend here. A defensive demo, though, and there we go. That's the best way to defend, is get the attacking player out of the equation, which they did there. Here comes Small Panda, but intercepted. All right, 30 seconds and fairly even on the attacking play at the start of Game 3.
Yeah, this is just going to be a repeat of Game 1. Toe looking to make that the other ways. He clears it. I think he's looking for the redirect angle, but he's sadly just not the angle he wanted, as that's an open net for Mac. An unlucky mistake from King KZ just opens the goal completely, and it's just a wide open net for Mac to take 1-0.
Oh, my word. Everybody on Blue having a go at whiffing that ball from the halfway line into the net. And Toe in chat says whoops, and I think that is correct. Whoops indeed. Oh, are they going to get an instant return? The shot is wide off kickoff, and that could have been. And I think the teams, what they look like is a solo queued team. Oh, wow, Toe! Toes that into the net to level it up. They didn't get the kickoff goal, but they get it there. That work all from Toe. Nice work, level game.
Yeah, and Toe making up for his mistake. Just solo plays completely. And as you said, this is like solo, because I don't think any of these players are teamed up. All different play styles are having to learn. And just over 3 games, you do take a long time to adapt to a play style. And it's just like GC1, GC2 solo 3s. That could be Toe with another goal, but it's just missed. And Toe now, I think, waking up and putting the burners on Greybeard.
Yeah, and there was a bit of miscommunication there from the Blue side, and I don't understand these. We're seeing this from both, and this is what's making it look. Oh. Finally it goes in. I mean, that was looking like a goal from start to finish, but my word, it took a long route, but got there in the end.
Yeah, Mac won't get the assist for that, as he blocked King KZ, and he blocked the pass down to Drivo, who just put it to the bar. And Panda there to clear up, as there's no Blue defender just in sight. And once again, it's the same issue. There's no Blue defenders. Toe looks to it again, and KZ with a perfect top corner shot with a very quick response.
And they've done it twice. 2 quick responses to going behind, but now they're going to look to go ahead And we're starting to see better plays, but if they can eliminate, and by they I mean all 6 players on the field right now, just the inexplicable whiffs at the ball and strange looking plays. And here's another one that's going to result in a goal, and we've just seen a cracker of a goal from KZ on the other side, and now a really sort of weak conceded goal.
Yeah, and it's a miss from someone on the redirect, and it just leaves Mac open. And Blue do so well on their attacks to score a goal. Even if it's Toe's goal or Casey's goal, both aerial goals of masterclass, and they just let something in like that. It's disappointing at times if you're playing on Blue. It can be quite frustrating as the red team take the lead for the 3rd time and look to make another attack here, Greybib.
All right, it's 1v1. Kubix has gotten it over. Toe will take over the attack and send it home. Punishes Red for overextending. And leveled up. Small Panda getting very ambitious as the last man trying to intercept that ball.
Yeah, I think we saw that last game. I think that's what led to the goal. A defender just jumping in without thinking where his teammates are. And he links out solo queue, and oh no, talking about Panda mistakes, and that's off the ball. But KZ is there to finish it. Talking about mistakes, that's really not the best kickoff from Panda. The post kind of bamboozles Mac. And King KZ leaves it open net, and for the first time, I think Blue take the lead.
I wonder if Small Panda's pizza arrived, because he seems very distracted. The last 30 seconds, he's not done his team any favors, and that's allowed Blue to get in front. And not necessarily, look, they've obviously played better. They've scored more goals, but my word, Blue have been full of mistakes. Red have been full of mistakes, but it is Blue ahead. They might get another one. Oh, did Toe just save that? I think he might have gotten in the way of that gas.
Oh, it's crazy. The game from All-Stars as Mac now gets Druvo his playmaker and Mac his hat-trick. As Mac with the original beautiful boom downfield sets himself up, really, as no Blue defender there, and it's just a scrappy solo queue game. Goals everywhere, mistakes everywhere. You just want one of the teams to perfect the game, and it's just a runaway for that team.
What even is this game? And we've had half of it. We've had 8 goals, and about three or maybe half of them have been really good goals, and the rest have just been sort of defensive catastrophes.
Yeah, and something in All-Stars, which is the best players, they make mistakes. As Panda gives Red Team the lead, he's obviously eaten his pizza very quickly as he no longer is distracted. Perfect read off the backboard. Kubik's not there, KZ not expecting the shot. And Red Team take the lead, and we're heading for 10 goals for both teams at this point.
It's a goal fest out there, and I wouldn't bet on it ending this way. Casey's having none of it, and right off kickoff will level it up, and we do have now 10 goals. So Kubik smashing that kickoff. Casey with the finish.
Yeah, it's just kickoff goal after kickoff goal for Blue Team. Really the opposite of what we saw. We might see some server lag here, but hopefully it clears itself up as KZ with almost another kickoff goal. Blue are just full of kickoffs in the minute, and Red obviously have to work like tremendously harder than the Red team to do it. As Toe I thought Toe was on the Red team when I checked his spectator, but apparently not. As Mac now looks to do it all himself, as it's a 1v1 as KZ's bumped into the ball. Both teams not playing to their game at the moment, Greybeard.
Well, this is the question about, I don't know how well these guys know each other, how much they've played, but they do. This looks like a solo queued lobby. Everyone just trying to get in on the action. Not entirely sure what your teammates are doing. Moments of terrible communication or not clear action. Does this go in? It does! Oh, we thought there was going to be a redirect. There wasn't. Turned into a gargantuan fake. Maybe deliberate, maybe not. And Small Panda again, a little bit on the guilty side of not getting up to that ball.
Yeah, but Panda will say, I thought Toe was going to hit it. Toe will take that save. It was a fake as KZ pulls out a savior for something which I didn't think was in. But everyone knows that the saves in Rocket League aren't really the best thing as the red defender finally gets there. and Mac is able to clear it away. Straight to Panda. Can Panda get it middle? No, he can't. Caught lacking again. And Cubics almost scores again. But Mac and Fries is just there. Been looking the crucial player for Red Team at the moment.
What's been amazing, we've had 11 goals and we haven't seen a 2-goal lead at any point from what I can remember. It is sort of blow for blow, sort of scrappy play. One scores, then they score another one, go one ahead, give it up, and yeah, it's just been like this all game. We've had 11 goals, but I can't think of any of the teams that have actually dominated, but we now do have it. Toe will secure a 2-goal lead and probably the win in Game 3.
Yeah, and he finally gets that redirect he wanted earlier. And the pass from Cubics is perfect, and a 120 kph bang into the net secures his hat trick. And the 4th assist for Cubics. That is an insane stat line as Druvo waits and gets his 2nd save of the game. And now Red Team at least look for momentum, but they can't find it as a miss. Mac over the bar. Can Panda score 0 seconds? No, he can't. And Blue Team, after being behind in front after 12 goals each end, Blue Team take Game 3.
12 goals and 7 shots. You were talking about their shooting accuracy, the Blue Team. This time, 14 shots, 7 goals, so 50% ain't bad. On the other side, 13 for 5. So what's that, about 40%? So I'm not even sure what to make of this game. The demo account a lot higher from the Blue side, which we spoke about between games. They got 4 of them in the last, but what a crazy game. But somehow Blue take it.
Yeah, as crazy as it is, it's entertaining for sure. I mean, what, 14 shots for Blue, 13 for Red, 27 shots total. I mean, that is very entertaining for everyone watching. And there's been saves, there's been chances, it's scrappy, but I reckon if both teams could up the defense and up the rotations, we might have a really close game, and I think it'll be a very good game. Both these teams at points look better than the other, but if they combine what they have as a scrappy offense and the good offense and a good defense, we are really going to see a close game.
I think if one of these teams settles down and stops with those crazy whiffs and sort of poor rotation, cutting, whatever it's going on, and just settle down into some solid Rocket League, they're going to go out and win this. But I don't know if either are going to settle down enough to do it. And if it carries on, we're going to have a long night here, Kingsman. We're going to go to like a Game 7 overtime at this rate.
Game 7 overtime with 10 goals apiece. Who knows? Who knows what it could be? This is absolutely crazy and what you love to see. But we do obviously have Rival supposedly in 20 minutes, but at this rate I don't think it will be in 20 minutes. As both teams look for an onslaught here, but no goals in 30 seconds. I think that's a first, as we saw the first 3 games all had quick goals in them, and maybe both teams have listened to us in the casting booth and have upped the defense and the communications.
I guarantee you they haven't listened to us, but it would not surprise me if after a 12-goal festival in the last game, this game is decided like 2-1 or 1-0. The Rocket League lends itself to these crazy swing. Toe almost getting it round the last defender, but he is beaten to it. They've left their open net. It's, again, that bit of scrappiness. They get away with it for now and will try and mount an attack. Here comes Toe. Can he get a pass in? He can't.
Yeah, and it's just, as you said, we've gone from 7-5, and we'll probably at this rate go to a 0 overtime, but Mac looks to change that. And it's off the bar, and Panda puts it over as well. And could Druva put it over as well? No, he puts it to the side as Panda, what a pre-jump from Cubics. 4th shot saved by Cubics and finally cleared out for Blue. Looking a bit better on offense for Red.
Yeah, but still no goals. Coming up to the 2-minute mark, it's loose in the midfield. Who gets there first? KZ does. Toe will pick it up, looks to control. This is good. But then he undershoots it, goes under the ball, can't get the pass in. And now a shot which is sprayed wide. And we do come up now to 2 minutes and yet to find goal number 1. I think we had like 6 or 7 by this stage in the last game.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't know why I prefer some good play like this to try and score, or just goal after goal after goal. I mean, must have been frustrating for the teams for the amount of mistakes they were making for both teams, really. But now Panda looks for a shot, but Cubics, I think both teams have stepped their level up a bit here. Is obviously their defense is looking a bit better. One save for each team, but one shot as well. So we've really seen a lot of midfield battling here as halftime ticks across. And maybe in a minute's time, we'll see a few more goals as Mac looks for the redirect. But sadly, it's to the side, and Blue missed from toe as Red are going to keep the onslaught of attack they have.
All right, they have an opportunity here. King Keze, nice clear. Can he catch up to this? It's awkward. Luso, but Toe with the follow-up will finally find goal number 1 in game 4. And it has been far tighter than certainly last game. King Keze, oh, and also getting the bump, missed that live. Getting Small Panda out the way to open up the net.
Yeah, it's an amazing bump and pass from KZ. And it's just what they needed, bumps and demos. It clears that last man perfectly, as I said on the start of the stream. I think after game 1 it might have been. As Red now look for a quick counter, but KZ blocks Panda with his body. Nothing getting past that. As Kubik's now being bumped. Kubik's looking for a pass mid. Is anyone up for it? KZ is, as he finds the angle. That's a nice angle, and they've doubled their lead, Greybeard.
Well, I think now it might be, by the look of it, Team Blue that are going to settle. And the touch from Sir Kubik's, the pass to set that up was magnificent. And a 2-goal advantage. We haven't seen a lot of that in the series. We did see it toward the end, the dying moments of the last game. And now Team Blue have it once more. And now they've got a minute 40 to hold on. So if they can keep doing this, what they've done for most of this game defensively, they will put themselves on series point. All-star champion point.
Yeah, 3-1 is such a good position to be in, because it asks the other team, can you take 3 games off us without answer? And at this moment, Blue have woken up definitely from game 1, and they're looking a lot better than I think they have earlier, and they're looking, I think, as everyone wants to see. But now Panda passes it back to Druvo, who is Druvo and Mac both up. But Mac drops it, Druvo up as well. Mac then puts it in on himself with no Blue defender to clear the ball that just isn't moving.
And very fortunate Red here, because they were double committed in that attack. And it would have been a beautiful play if one of them had stayed down. They could have tapped that in. They still get away with it. Not great defending from Blue. Allows that shot to go in the end. And now it's a sweaty sub 1 minute left in this game. And you know it's going to be Blue. I think they're going to get a little scrappy now trying to defend this 1-goal lead. Not sure if they should push hard to get another 2-goal advantage or lock themselves down in defense. And they might just get caught a little bit between here and there.
Yeah, but now we see Kubik's breakaway goal as he makes it 2. We're seeing talk about Blue overcommitting, but Red have just done that as Kubik's beats 2 here and walks it into the net. Perfect play from him. And 30 seconds left. 2 goals needed for the Red team. And we haven't seen much momentum from them. And there's been like short 30 seconds period. And they're really going to need that now if they're going to take game 4.
I do think Blue have done enough to take this game. And on a balance of play, I think the scoreline is a good reflection of how well Blue have done in this game. But they're still going to be cautious. KZ having another go at the net. It is saved out. But more important than that, they're just burning off the seconds. Less and less time for Red to do anything. And it's probably beyond their reach now. And it is Team Blue who are poised to be the all-star champions for Challenger.
Yeah, and after losing game 1, so close it was. But they've given such a good response, and they look so much better defensively than they did last game. They're stringing passes together, goals together, and only, I was about to say demos as well, but only 1 demo. We're not seeing as many demos as maybe we would have thought they would have done to open that up, but we're seeing more goals, we're seeing 2 assists, we're seeing more shots. So this strategy they've implemented is obviously working, Greybib.
Yeah, I think they have settled nicely. Now the question is, can they finish it off? They are on series point. All-Star have to win 3 games straight. And the way they played this last game, you don't see them doing it. But I have no doubt, and Big Mac and Fry, Small Panda, El Druvo have the capacity to turn it around. But honestly, they've just got to settle themselves down and focus on good, solid Rocket League and get themselves back into it. Blue, however, will be looking to finish it off. But can they? Have they got the killer punch to wrap it up right here, right now in Utopia Coliseum?
Yeah, and it's going to be so good if Blue Team can take that for the momentum. But Red Team really needs to start strong here. And obviously we're seeing players join up now, but none of Red Team are joining up, and all of Blue Team are leaving as well. So there might be something that we've missed that's happening right now, but we're just gonna wait for players to join. But as you said, Greybeard, Blue Team don't have to do that. Blue Team don't have to do much. They just have to keep doing what they've been doing, and they'll be fine to take and be your All-Star Challenger champions. But Red have to turn on the gas and find that momentum and that crushing point past obviously Blue to get that. As now King KZ leaves the game as they're waiting for Mac as Mac joins, and we're seeing confusion all over the place.
Well, no doubt they'll be joining in just a moment. And for Blue, it's really just 5 more minutes of what they've been doing and they can wrap this up. But no doubt Red are going to look to spoil the plan, be a fly in the ointment, and make a comeback, stage the epic comeback. Can they do it? Well, here we are to find out. Game 5, and away they go.
Yeah, and both teams looking for a quick start here, Greybeard. Each team is going to want that. As King KZ in the Merc, he's obviously vibing. He's obviously having a good time. And that's mainly what this is about. A bit of fun at the end of the season. Best 6 players just relaxing, really. As Kubik's now forced into a save and a double commit of KZ. And a good start for Red.
Yeah, good positive start. Small Panda, though, can't make much happen with that. So Kubik's, a heavy touch, had so much time, could have taken control of that and built up something. Small Panda will find the net. Oh dear, and our Blue vibing a little too hard. They've allowed Red to take game 1.
I think you mean goal 1, not game 1, because they did take game 1. That is a correct stat line. But goal 1, first blood, is all onto Team Red, as Blue will need to make a response quickly if they want this over. But maybe they do just want to vibe a bit more, as KZ's looking comfortable in the Merc, and Red Team said, whoa. Bit overconfident, I see. As now El Druvo makes look at 2, but King KZ is sat there defending. And honestly, Red Team putting on amazing pressure in this game, and at this rate they are going to take game 5.
Yeah, but they've double committed in attack, which has relieved all of that pressure. And now Blue have an opportunity. Oh, Toe and Cubics. Oh, they ball. You take it. No, you take it. And now there's an attack. Druvo trying to get past Keze. Keze having none of it, though. They keep it to 1 goal. And a few echoes of game 1 for the Blue Team here, just in terms of their scrappiness on the ball. In that scrappy defense, they defended overall very well in that last game, and they got to tighten things down now. The shot toward the net, Druvo with the clear.
Yeah, and they have really got to lock it down if Red Team do want to just sit and defend. Blue Team have to give some offensive flair and really show that they want this and bring out maybe even the fancier goals. As KZ left on his own in defense, Druvo goes for the fake, but King KZ isn't a man to be faked. I believe he was the player of the season. He wasn't Challenger player of the season for no reason. But now that's an open net, and Druvo off the crossbar. That really should have been in and doubling Red Team's lead.
All right, and Blue looking to do our schedule a favor and wrap it up here. Red, however, wanting to make things hard for production to push this into a game 6. And so far, they are poised to do it. They've got the 1-goal lead, and right now they have the territorial advantage and are under it. Staging yet another attack on the Blue goal. Here comes Small Panda, touch forward, rises up to meet it, cleared out, but only to the corner. King Keze too quick to push that away from him, almost gives it away, not quite in control. But plenty time for them to get this game leveled. Oh, is it? No, Toe with the clear away.
Yeah, and as much as Red Team as Blue Team want to win, I don't think any of these players care about our schedule. They want as much stream time as possible. They don't care if we've got rival All-Stars to do this evening or not. But that's a demo on King Kizzy net, and that net's open, but there's no one there for Red Team to double the lead. And honestly, Blue Team not showed much like they're going to win the game. Honestly, they need something. 4 shots, and I really can't remember any of them. So really, they're going to need a good shot, a good goal, if they want to level this up and take game 4. But this could be it. Where's the attacker? There's Toe. And Toe equalizes for Blue Team.
Yeah, it was the camera angle we had the ball. We could see it going in front of the net, and Casey looked miles away, and I had no idea where Toe was, and I thought they were going to scuff the opportunity. But Toe finds his way there, taps it into the net, and our Blue Team in uniform, it looks like they are. They're all rocking the plain dark blue paint on their cars, even though they're all driving different ones, the Merc, a Fennec, and of course the ever solid Octane. So Blue leveled up. Can they wrap it up? They want to get this done right here, right now, but haven't looked massively convincing in their quest to do it. But a minute to go, we're leveled up. Are we going to see overtime or a wrap of the series?
Honestly, it could swing either way. Both teams look so offensive. Kubik's flip reset beats one. Doesn't actually get the reset and fakes Panda. And I think Panda might have just missed that, and that's really unlucky as Blue Team take the lead.
Yeah, Kubik's going for the reset. Doesn't get it. Turns into a delicious fake, and Small Panda has had some really awkward moments during this series.
Yeah, he has. It's not a series he'll want to go back and watch on the VOD. He'll probably just turn it off and just relax for the evening and just move on. At least it isn't the league finals or anything like that, as Kubik's now off the scene, and they're 30 seconds away from Blue Team being your Challenger All-Stars champions, unless Red can change that. Mac wants to change it, but he misses it. And Panda drives away from the ball, but Druvo 50 now. That drops straight down.
Surely.
And Mac is demoed as Druvo misses it. And surely that should have been engraved.
It should have been, and instead on the other side, so Kubik's going to get a second goal of the game to probably, more than likely, almost certainly secure the Challenger All-Star Championship title for his Blue Team.
Yeah, and it was such a good fight back after game 1, and now Toe even faking a kickoff. I think they know that they've won, and Toe going the wrong way, but Panda and Druvo getting in the way as KZ looks to make it. It could even be 4 here for Blue, but Toe just leaving the ball, and that's going to drop. And Blue are your Challenger All-Star champions, and well played to them indeed. It was a good performance all round.
It was, for the most part. Well, it was a good enough performance to get them the title. They made it difficult for themselves, it has to be said. Game 1 was incredibly scrappy. Game 2, it got a little bit better. They had a glorious Game 3. And then, so it's been up and down. But they were the better of the two teams. And it is All-Star Blue that take the title.
Yeah, and honestly, credit to them. After game 1, they looked so out of it compared to like anyone else. So I thought Red Team looked so much better, even though we might have had to wait a while. Red Team looked so much more dominant, in my opinion. But Blue Team, like as a flick of a switch, have just turned it around and taken 4 consecutive games to win the All-Stars tonight.
All right, and big congratulations to Toe, Sir Kubix, and King KZ. You are the champions, and that does it for Challenger All-Stars. One more All-Star series to bring you tonight, and that's going to be Rivals. Coming up next, we're going to take a shorter break as we possibly can to bring you that action right after this.
When you give me that cocoa, handcuff me like popo. I'm like, oh
Hello everyone and welcome back for our third and final All-Stars evening, where we have the rival tier tonight, and we have the 6 of the best players in rival compete again to be known as All-Star champion. I am rejoined in the casting booth by Greybeard again. Welcome back.
Thank you very much, and this is it, Rivals time. So we've had opening series of the night was a clean sweep, 4-0. The second series 4-1, so a little bit better. That seemed a lot closer. Are we going to get an even closer battle here, or will it be a runaway win for the final All-Star champions for tonight?
Yeah, and obviously myself playing in the rival tier this season, we know it was such a close tier all season. I think there was like 3 or 4 teams that could have won it at one point, which ended up the winners being Blizzard, where two of tonight's players feature of Axlos and Hoggy. And we're now going to get underway with game number 1. Axlos, Flo, and I've forgotten the other player because I think his name changed, but it was against Void, Zyno, and Hoggy, and we are underway in game 1.
All right, and away they go. Are we going to see it as scrappy as the first game of the last series, or will these teams settle a lot quicker? Already the pace seems to be certainly a higher pace we're seeing here at the start of this series than the last.
Yeah, and obviously being that higher tier, it does help with pace and the momentum. But Void looking for a double tap, and he does, and that's a perfect double tap from the pass from Zyno. And Void showing off 30 seconds what he's going to bring tonight.
That was delicious. Void finding the double, the control to get an early goal. 31 seconds in. Team Red stake their claim for the All-Star champions for Rivals, but a long way to go in a best of 7. And no doubt Blue are going to be hunting, sniffing, and working to get things back on track.
Yeah, we've at least got 20 minutes of gameplay at least. And that is as slow as time as Blue look to make a response. But sadly, no avail. But now Flo, double tap to the corner. No one there. Axos and Flo double committing. This might be once again the playstyle's not adapting yet. As Axos drops it, Hoggy misses it, but Void is there. Void going on his own again. Is anyone there? Zyno's chasing it upfield, but Flo turns around and clears it immediately. And Void got everything proved tonight as he puts it over the bar. Void looking very strong for Red at the moment.
All right, well, they're hanging on to the 1-goal lead for now. Blue yet to find a response. It's going to be a 2-goal lead, and it's going to be that man Void once again making another statement about his intentions here. Lovely speed. He reaches that and just caresses it down and over the line.
Yeah, 2 goals for him and 2 goals for the red team. He's looking on an absolute roll at the moment as Karim misses that. And that's unfortunate for him. And that's now a boom from Void again. Minute 40, Void gets his hat trick and is dominating game 1.
Yeah, he's a one-man machine right now, and what a banger from distance, 105 k's an hour. And wow, red team early on 3-goal lead, and it's looking ominous for Blue. They're going to have to reset themselves and get themselves in here as soon as possible. Zyno with another pass to himself and a finish, and Red running away with game 1.
Yeah, Axos types in chat, peeking. What a peak backflip from him. Honestly, as it's good to see they're having a laugh about it in chat. Not also serious, but it's also the All-Stars game. But Zyno proving that Void isn't the only player on this team. That Hoggy and Zyno both do exist on this team at the moment. As Hoggy now playing it straight to Karim. Not the touch he would have wanted. As Axlos booming downfield, and Void controlled to the side. Can he double tap it? No, he can't. Axlos booms it. Hoggy is not in net, but Zyno pulls out the clutchest save of his life tonight.
Yeah, and it looked like Blue were finally going to get themselves into the series, into the game with a goal, an opening goal for them. They do now finally find it. Axlos getting his way in a little bit slow from Red here to get the ball dealt with in defense. And Axlos just jumped in there to secure the goal and finally blew into it.
Yeah, Void just having no boost to work with, and Hoggy just double jumping and missing the reload. But Void now boost to work with as Axos pulls out a clutch save, and this blue team seems to have woken up as Karim pitched it to the side. Hoggy with a backflip. Hoggy kind of representing or recreating Axos's backflip to give away possession. Hoggy now peeking himself, and that's a nice angle for Karim as no one's defending. And they're starting to come back here, Greybeard.
Well, Void's opening shot was delicious. I would call that one sumptuous. It was magnificent, and suddenly they looked like they were going to be ridden over here. They've taken 2 goals back and might get a third here. No, Zyno will get an awkward touch, but it's enough to get it into his corner, and now they can almost get the clear, but it's coming right back, and Blue... Oh, took a bit of time, but right into it, and suddenly an entertaining and close series.
Yeah, and they've woken up, I think, kind of. As they're all in VC, they've obviously just started actually talking to each other, it seems. As a red team can't all just rely on Void suddenly. As Zyno now in net, nice clear to the side. They're working on their defense. Zyno pulls out his savior. Karim misses it. Axlos covers. And we're now about to see, I think, a really good game as Void puts it to the corner and drops down, and Hoggy drops it down, but there is no one there as the ball just is flopping as Void puts it in the net. That is an absolute stunner of a shot. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, not at all. But Zyno has done well. Void has gotten all the glory with the goals, and they have been magnificent. But Zyno has been a goal for himself and very involved in the assists, the passes, setting up play. So it's been very good for him. And look at this, an insta response from Flo. And I thought Void's goal there, the 5th goal, was going to be enough to kind of like now put it out of reach. But Blue not willing to die and go away. They keep themselves in the hunt.
Yeah, and they're just keeping lurking. 2-goal deficit as Axos on the ball now looking to show off his mechanics. As that's Pop's middle, Karim to the side. Flo puts in another goal very quickly, and we're down to 1-goal deficit.
It's actually amazing that this is now a 1-goal game, Kingsman, because just the nature with which Red were running away with it, it looked like they were going to stonk. But Blue hanging in there, coming back, and then Red getting the next one. And now now it is tight. But 9 goals. It's feeling a little bit like that 3rd game in the last series that had 12. But we have more than that. And the game was almost leveled up right there. It might still happen. It's going to go wide. Oh, and what an opportunity. But they're not done yet. The attack is still on. Axlos trying to bring it back. We're up under 1 minute, sub 1 minute. And Blue are on the attack. Red, after looking so dominant, are now sweating.
Yeah, they had all the pressure, and maybe the Void effect has worn off. As Karim dunks it down perfectly, and the draw, the comeback is almost complete. 1 goal for Blue, and the comeback is complete.
And what must Red be thinking right now? Because after 2 minutes in this game, they were like, guys, we're going to breeze our way through here. We're going to be the sweeping rivals, all-star champions. And somehow, Blue have fought their way in. They've leveled it up and immediately on the attack. This is so awkward. Somehow, Void keeps it out. And we're probably heading toward a Game 1 overtime. But Blue looking to take it down in regulation. Void! My goodness. And as soon as you saw Void on the end of that, it was danger time for Blue.
Yeah, and Axlos gets the original save, but Void puts in the double tap, almost 1,000 points for himself and 700 for Zyno. So this has been a really good game for those two. Those two obviously linking up well, obviously being on completely different teams. But Blue, once again, have to respond. It's not the 4-5 goal margin, as Karim now puts it in, and 10 seconds left. We are level, Greybeard.
Oh my goodness. Well, we've now had the 12 goals, the epic 12 goals we saw in Game 3 of the last series. We are going to have a minimum of 13 in this game. This is unbelievable, and it really is anybody's series. I would have put my money on Blue, but Red getting themselves back in, so that'll give them a bit more confidence, a bit of momentum. But my word, they need to get a bit of stern defense. It looked very scrappy, but we do have a 12-goal overtime in Game 1, and here comes Zeno trying to get a pass or maybe a double. Neither of those happen, but maybe now it's Lucid in the middle, and Karim will get it away, and Blue will have an opportunity to try and attack the red goal.
Yeah, and it's something at the start of the game we didn't think we'd see Blue on the attack, but now as the game's opened up, we've seen a lot of that. And honestly, not much of Hoggy compared to Void and Zyno. As Hoggy now catches the ball, wants to make something of himself, and he misses it. Opens it up for Flo in a 1v1, and Zyno picks up his 5th save of the game. This first game, I think, is going to be crucial for the momentum of either team, as Karim looks to put it in, but doesn't. Hoggy and Axel's 50, straight back to Karim. Blue on the attack. Can it be stopped? Yes, it can. And Red pick up the ball, and it's cleared away.
55 seconds of overtime. Red, who looked like they were in charge, and we're going to run away with it. The long distance. Okay. I don't know about that touch. I think it might have been saved. They've left themselves open on the other side. And goal 13 will go to Team Red. And they will finish the game. They will feel like they should have wrapped up a long time ago.
Yeah, as Hoggy in chat saying he's actually did something as he scores the most crucial goal of any of the series, which is the winner. And to give Red Game 1. And honestly, I think they needed that. Blue looked so strong towards the end with if I'm correct, that's accurate, 15 shots for Blue team. My math is not the best. And 11 shots for Red. It was an all-out game. 930 points and 800 points. Hoggy saying he's been carried. It's a skill. But honestly, putting the goal when it was most needed. And honestly, I think this could be a Game 7.
Well, we said that about the last, and then Blue Team, the challenger Blue Team pulled away as the series wore on. But All-Star Red making it a lot harder and sweatier for themselves than they would have thought after 2 minutes. They were just looking fantastic. Void being a goal-scoring machine, one after the other, almost scoring at will. So they want to take some of that energy in, and it could be, it feels like one of those series that could be a Game 7, but it could also be a sweep, but a very, very close sweep.
Yeah, it will be, I think, definitely a very good game and a close game, no matter what the result is. And I think even for making it to All-Stars for these 6 players will be an achievement that they will look onto for next season. As Game 2, we're getting underway. Blue team looking to build on their momentum from Game 1, but Red looking to build on the lead they had from Game 1. Honestly, the first few goals, I think, in this game are crucial, Greybeard.
All right, Blue were wonderful under pressure in that last game, coming back from quite far behind to make it a very close, very tense series. They would dearly love to take a lead here and get some of that pressure, that swing they had going through the back half of that last game and get themselves in front. Axlos trying to set something up, but Hoggy's going to get there first. But so fairly even, opening 40, nothing major on either side. Void, though, will get a touch off the back post or the back wall. Nothing comes of it. And now a Blue challenge, a Blue attack, and Void with the save, doing work in defense now.
Yeah, and he makes a double save to keep Red at a 0-0. But Blue looking so strong at the start of the game. That's another backflip from... Oh, no. Another backflip from Axos and a miss from, I believe, Flo. And it's quite a boring goal one, if I'm honest.
It is. It's really just a mistake. Under my breath, I said, "Oh no," and then you followed that immediately with a far more audible "Oh no," and that's exactly what it was. It was just an "Oh no" goal from the defense in blue, but red will take it. It gives them a 1-goal lead. That'll be frustrating for blue, but it is only 1 goal. They can shake it off plenty time and get themselves back in it.
Yeah, and they pulled back a bigger goal margin last game, didn't they? It's just whether they have the momentum in the first half of the game or they build it as the game goes on. They've had more shots. Red have only had 1 shot, and it was an awkward, if it like oh no moment for Flo and Axlos. But they'll be looking to rebuild on that, as Red have only had 1 shot, not much pressure. But who knows? Red's team might stiffen up the defense as Void pulls out another amazing save.
Well, he's not getting the early goals he had in the last game, but I think he's now probably in this game. He's had almost as many saves as he had goals in the other game. 2 saves so far. So all his work so far in game 2 has been in defense. His team do find themselves in front, but it seems like a tenuous 1-goal lead. It's not looking comfortable. It could disappear at any time.
Yeah, it really could, as Zyno off the ceiling, looking a bit ambitious. As Hoggy, oh no, Hoggy with a miss now, trying to replicate Axlos from earlier, but it doesn't lead to a goal. As there's a pass middle, Zyno and Void linking up again. Oh no, it's a double miss again. It's a double miss again, and it's another goal from Zyno as I say, oh no again.
As that, the caster response almost identical. Oh no, indeed. Oh dear. Well, I tell you what, there are times, Kingsman, where a team, rather than one team winning it, it's the other team that lose it. And so far, it is blue that are losing this game for themselves. It hasn't been through exceptional work like we saw in game 1 from Void. It has just been defensive issues. This, however, they do enough to keep it out, almost going down 3. But they've made the epic comeback before. We saw it last game. They're going to have to do it here again.
Yeah, and red team surely building chemistry. As oh no, there seems to be no defender. As Void has just put the ball into an empty net. As it comes from a miss originally that Axos was not expecting, and Void just taps it in, essentially stealing Zyno's goal. But I don't think he'll care. 3 goals. I mean, they've had 4 shots, and there's been 3 goals. And blue have had 6 shots, but no goals. I mean, they really are. It is their game to lose, and they're not making the most of it at the moment.
Yeah, they're a little bit in tatters right now. They are going to get one back finally. And we saw them do this. That last game, when the comeback started, it did not look like they were going to find anything. And then they snuck in a goal, and then bang, 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 they were right back in it. So this is probably the start. 1:47 certainly got the time to do it. But they can't be conceding, and they can't be double whiffing in their own net.
Yeah, that's not something you want. We've seen twice this game. Oh no, talking about whiffs. What has happened as Karim just boobs it, and it's a miss from Void, someone who's played so well, and a backflip from Hoggy. And suddenly, we're just a 1-goal deficit with 100 seconds left. I mean, if you told me this is what the series would have looked like before, I'd have been absolutely laughing my head off. But this is an absolutely amazing series, no matter what, Greybeard.
It is. It's been okay. Well, there we go. Now we have the level game, and for the second time in second successive game, the blue team, looking a little hopelessly out of it, suddenly find themselves and catch up. We have a level game. How have we got a level game? Well, we do. 3 goals on the trot from red, followed by 3 goals on the trot from blue, and now maybe they go ahead if they can get it in front, and for a pass, it goes all the way to the other corner. Flo bringing it right back. Void a little awkward, but does get a clear. Passed on, moved forward by Zeno, and here comes Void, and this is always dangerous. He has been dynamite on the ball tonight, but he is intercepted here. We're coming up to the last minute. Another equal game. Not as many goals, but still 6 ain't nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah, it is, and especially because we've got a 3-goal swing either way. Maybe if it does go to another overtime, maybe it's another Hoggy appearance to score another goal. But who knows? There's still a minute of regulation. As Zyno booms it upfield. Please don't be another double miss. It's not, as Axos hits the ball out of his net this time. As Red Team look to make an attack and look as strong as I think they've looked all game offensively.
All right, and Void gets Red up in front once again. The goal-scoring run from Blue. Oh, boy, Axlos got so awkward. I think he was caught in 4 minds, not entirely sure what to do there. And it ends in the worst way it could with a goal. And Red up in front. 30 seconds to go, though. And honestly, the way this has gone, I am almost certain Blue are going to find a way to equalize and push us into a second successive overtime. It just seems like that kind of series. It's pushed forward now. Oh, plenty time for Hoggy to catch up to it. But nothing really comes. The 50 squirts out toward the wall. It's on the wrong side of the pitch. Blue need to do something right now. Here comes Flo. Gets it over one. Bumped off the ball and stopped in the midfield. Axlos. This is their last chance. Last hope. Void has probably killed it with that clear. Flo up to Axlos. Axlos forward. It's going to come off the backboard. It's going to come straight down. Can someone get on the end of it? No.
Oh.
Maybe. Yes. No.
No.
And finally, the clear from Hoggy should bring an end to it. But no, of course not. Karim keeping it up. Oh, yeah, we ain't done yet. Flow into the middle. Oh, this is going to be... Oh, Axlos can't push it. Pushes it too far forward and not enough up to make it threatening. And as close as it is, All-Star Red have taken game 2.
Yeah, it's been ridiculous 1-goal swings of Blue making 2 sets of comebacks, but just not having the momentum to finish the game off. And Void and Zyno once again, some will say carrying Hoggy, but no, it's a team effort. But who knows? The game was going on 2-0 up to Red. It really deserves to be 1-1, I think, at this rate. But who knows?
Well,
Red...
I mean, I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you in most part, but All-Star Blue have left themselves a lot of work to do. They've let themselves get very far behind. And as well as they have done to catch up, they've got to do that. Game 3, they've got to do what they do at the back end, at the front end. Get themselves in front by 2, 3, 4 goals, and then see if they can hold on to that lead. Leaving themselves so much work to do late into a game.
Yeah, it's perfectly spoken by yourself. They just need that 3-4 goal swing early instead of late, and it would help so much. But sadly, it's not going in their way. All-Star Reds score early, and game 3, it just depends who will draw first blood this game.
All right, well, away they go. Can Blue get themselves coordinated, settled, and solid early on? Axlos now rocking the forest green Merc. Just to add a bit of, you come out in the Merc is one thing. You come out in a forest green one. What are you trying to say? Oh, Void looking for the pass, and the pass was beautiful, but no one from his team to follow up. Zyno now trying to bring it in, and okay, good early positive signs here from Red. Looking a lot more coordinated early on than they did in the last. Axlos trying to make that big fat Merc find something. It doesn't, but they are in attack at least.
Yeah, and we saw a Merc in the Challenger series before used by King Casey. The players of the seasons obviously like the Merc for some reason. I don't know why. I don't think I've ever seen a Merc used in league play. Maybe, curse my words, it'll be done next season when I'm casting. But who knows, when focusing on the here and now as Flo to the corner. Axos up, drops it down. But Zyno, pretty comfortable save in the end. 78 boost. A lot to work with, but it's straight to Karim. As Karim now looks for the crowns, but nothing from Axlos. As Karim left to catch the ball again, as Hoggy's saying, no, you go for it. And they're just baffling either sides to go for it. Zyno now clearing the ball away. And we're looking at, once again, a more midfield battle. Here's Flo with an amazing redirect. Oh my goodness, what a shot.
That was amazing. And would you believe we have... Oh, gosh. He read that just so perfect. And the red team completely not expecting it, not seeing it coming, completely unable to deal with it. And it's a blue lead. All-Star Blue have a lead. Can they extend? They got to make it 2 or 3, you would think, in order to prevent a comeback. Is this going to be in? It is! It's a quick response. Zyno levels it up.
Yeah, looks like no goal-building lead for Blue at the minute, as Zyno proves wrong, as Karim can't make the save, and Red equal again. Can Red push on now like they have in previous games with early goals, or will Blue team just keep going and just sweep them aside as Hoggy beats Karim? But that's straight to Void, and Void puts in the second, and Axlos will be kicking himself at that catch.
Oh, dearie me. Oh, and he drove. Okay, we see where he wanted to go. Hit it with the rather large side of the Merc there, and it just sent it the wrong way for him. Not able to turn on it, and just setting it up for Void. And all right, it is now back to a Red lead.
Yeah, and obviously we know Red leads and Blue being behind with over half the game left. Normally it ends pretty quickly, but Void changes that. Nice flick, nice conversion. Void's back on a roll, and it's goal 3 for All-Star Red.
All right, and now they with a 2-goal lead. As they have done, they've been very good at getting ahead early, and it looked like there might be a swing around with Team Blue getting themselves that goal in the lead, but they've given it up and again gone 2 goals behind, and no doubt they're going to have a rush of goals probably in the next minute or so, and get themselves close, but just allowing Red to keep their noses in front.
Yeah, but it won't be long. Blue score 1 goal. We've seen them score 4 or 5, especially when they're behind. But Zyno now just looking full boost to just... I think he missed it there as a double commit from Blue. Not what they want as Axlos in the Merc, just beaten by Void, and not the best landing from himself as Hoggy looks to do something on the ball. Not something we see often. As Zyno now passes middle, Void. Oh, what a dunk from Axlos. Is this his drop down? No, it doesn't. Does Karim score it? No, he doesn't. Does Flo score it? No, he doesn't. Does Hoggy clear it? Finally, something I can say yes to. As now Red team look on the attack.
All right, still plenty time for Blue to find their way back in. This is very loose. Who can pick it up? Axlos, I think, getting bumped and not able to get control of the ball quick enough. This is now loose. Karim is going to get it off the backboard, and Flo can't find the double off the backboard to get it in. But they're still in it, will still keep themselves in it, and I reckon they're going to score 2 before we get into the last minute.
Yeah, it's definitely doable. We've seen it done before, but then it just depends, can they score that winning goal? But we haven't seen as Hoggy now intercepting Axlos, and Flo passing to Axlos, and then straight to Karim, a good passing play. But Zyno camping the net, making sure nothing goes past him. We're talking about going past him, Void sat on the back line. What an angle from Karim. But it's even better save from Void. And Void has just been on an absolute steamroll tonight. But talking about steamroll, Axlos puts it in, and we're at a 1-goal gap.
All right, and now we're going to have the kickoff goal. It just has to be. I feel it in every fiber of my being that Blue are going to get a kickoff goal here, and it's going to be 3-3 going into the last minute. How does this kickoff go down? Here they go. Okay, well, the kickoff, Axlos high on the wall. Does he get a double? He doesn't. Can anyone follow? It's going to... Oh, it almost happened. I was almost a genius, but somehow Red keep the lead, and do they extend? They don't. And it continues to be sweaty. Just 1 goal in it.
Yeah, as soon as I saw Axlos on the ball up the wall, I was like, there's no way he's actually just predicted this. Almost the biggest brain from Greybeard that we've seen. And that ball's just rolling middle. Hoggy just bit too confident. And just maybe showing his ability. But not the best from him. He won't be happy with that. As Zyno now... Oh, Zyno misses. He won't be happy with that either. And Axlos open net. Can Hoggy save it even? No, he can't. And that's 2 huge mistakes. And Blue team are level with 23 seconds to go.
Well, they've done it again. They've come back from a deficit. They've not been able to complete their comebacks with a win. But maybe now, perhaps, the kickoff coming. It goes fairly neutral off to the side. Oh, and Axlos misses that completely. Karim, though, with a shot. And then Zyno with the long distance clear. Are we headed to the overtime? Game 3 overtime. And how important is this? If Red lose this, the reverse sweep, best of 7, given how these games have gone, I just don't know that it's possible. We do have the overtime, the second in 3 games.
Yeah, and obviously we've seen one overtime go straight to red as Karim looking for a demo on Hoggy, but bumps him instead. But Hoggy does get the thing, and can Flo put it in? No, he can't. I don't know what's going on with Axos and Hoggy, but we'll just have to move past that as it's a 2v2 now between Karim and Sino. I want a goal from Karim, but I was more focused on Hoggy and Axlos. That was the spectacle, if I'm honest.
It was, what is that? It was like a rule half. I don't understand, but all right. Well, it is Team Blue that finally take a game 2-1 going into game 4.
Yeah, I mean, with the great minds we have in this casting booth, I don't think anyone would have been able to predict that end. To be honest, very interesting. But yeah, what a comeback from Blue. Obviously, 3 goals down. They've just done it again, and this time they've taken a game 2-1, or sorry 1-2, as they'll be behind, and they'll be looking now to take that momentum on into the next few games.
All right. Well, they do take it, and yeah, I do. That weird interaction between Hoggy and he could have broken out of that. I don't understand what was going on there. Obviously, just having a lot of fun out there, so not too concerned about it. But it does mean they have allowed the blue team within 1 game.
Yeah, and if you're Void and Zyno, you'll be quite concerned why Hoggy was being pushed around by Axlos. Very interesting, but oh well, he was just in the right position. He could have just reversed and saved it. But I think those two are just relaxing as we move on to DFH Stadium now. And honestly, this could go either way. It just depends. Do Red have that fight back, that mentality? Are they able to come back? Because we're waiting for Zyno to join up. There he is. Here he comes. As now, start of game 4. This is a huge game. We saw it go 3-1 to Team Blue, I believe it was in the other series. Can we see Red go 3-1 now? It all depends. As Flo with a quick shot, but Zyno on the goal line for a save. And while we're going to see a quick start from Blue as Axlos is in the Esper now.
I do. For me, this was always going to be an either-or game, either a sweep or a game 7. And now that Blue have found their way in, I think a game 7 is almost inevitable.
Yeah, and it would be a well-deserved game 7, no matter what. From even if Hoggy and Axos want to keep smooching for the rest of the games, it'd be a good decision for them. As Void now looking to center it. Is Zyno there? No, Zyno's not. Is Hoggy there? No, but he is actually on the ball this time as he takes it up. Flip, reset. No, he doesn't. He goes to the double tap as Flo waiting on the backboard for it. As Void now misses it, and Flo tries to do it again. A pinch from Karim and Flo, but Zyno perfectly positioned on the backboard. And this first goal is going to be crucial for either team here, Greybeard.
Yeah, and so far we've had over a minute. The goal hasn't come, but Blue in the ascendancy, attacking now. And here they go. And I wonder if they just, I think they're, a double commit here in attack. There might be an opportunity if Blue can be quick about getting it out, which they can't. That'll give time for Red to get back, get some boost, reset, and get back into it. And they're just going to be cautious of taking their foot off the gas and allowing Blue a little bit too much freedom and opportunity to get back in.
Yeah, because Blue, they obviously went up, I believe, in last game, if I'm correct. And that ended up as a 3-1, but they did end up winning it. So we've seen Blue do have the offensive chance. And that is Karim now on the ball. Pings it middle to Axlos, but it's a 50 with Void. It's Hoggy waiting to do something. 50 with Axlos. And Zyno now left to Flo, very awkward. And can he beat Karim? No, Karim makes the save as Hoggy tries to get it middle, pinches it past Flo, but there's no red attacker. Void has just missed it, and Zyno's too far back, and it's an attack wasted as Blue come down the other end.
And it remains, and I don't think it remains goalless. I don't think we've gotten to halfway with no goal scored, or maybe we are not entirely sure, but it is a far tighter affair as we hit the stroke of halftime now. And Axlos rocking the Esper now. Ditch the fat Merc for the rather skinny Esper.
Yeah, I don't know whether this is to throw off the other team, or the Merc's just been left in Urban Central. Who knows? But Hoggy now, nice catch. Flo, good 50. Can Flo finish it off? No, he can't. It's Axlos now. Pings it to the wall. Hoggy down to the ground, but Zyno booms it away. And we're just looking at a game of two halves at this point. And Zyno has the chance off the post. Is Void there? Yes, it is, but Karim makes a save. And that really could have been 1-0 for Red, as they still command an onslaught here. As Hoggy rotating out. Flo with no boost. And now Zyno straight to Axlos, and that might be the end. But no, Hoggy making his second goal of the series, and it's the opener in Game 4.
And we've had the goal tally has gone down in every game after the 13-goal epic of Game 1. We've now had only one goal here in this game, and it is Red once again who take the lead. And with the amount of time left, maybe they can hold on, but no doubt Blue are going to make their late comeback, as they are they so enjoy doing.
Yes, like they enjoy putting the pressure on themselves, but Flo doesn't want to put any more pressure on himself than needed and pulls out a nice save. Good pre-flip, but now Zyno on the wall booms it away. Straight to Axlos though, nice catch in the Esper. Beats 2v2. Flo is waiting middle, but he takes the ball himself, but he has no boost. And Void redirects it away from Hoggy, leaving Zyno on his own. But Zyno, no panic. As now he takes the ball himself, but no boost. As this last minute is really going to get scrappy for both teams, as Red look to hold on and Blue look to score.
Blue have never failed to equalize. Oh, but look at that. The demo play pays massive dividends. Flo getting a little awkward in the corner. Oh, and there's a team bump. And the last man in the net is demolished. No hope. 2 goals for Team Red.
Yeah, no hope of saving that, but they do have a hope of saving this game with a comeback here. But Hoggy gets it under Flo. I don't know how that's snuck under, but Karim misses it. They've all had their fair few of misses, this Blue team, and it's been obviously it's fun to watch, but now won't be fun to have played in, as Flo clears it out. No boost to work with. Axos to the side, but it's straight to all 3 Red players who seem to be parking the bus, as Zyno pushes upfield. But that's an open net. The bus is not being parked. The net's being left open, and Flo, 18 seconds left, leaves the goal and leaves the advantage to be only 1.
Here we go again. 18 seconds. There's going to be a Blue goal, and we're going to go to overtime. This is just how the series be going.
Yeah, it is. It's the most interesting, I think, All-Star series tonight. No matter the result, we've seen definitely something which we didn't think we'd see in Game 3. The Axlos and Hoggy incident, but now Axlos looks to tie the game up, but Hoggy clears it. Instead of them switching on the sideline, cleared by Hoggy, and Game 4 goes to Red Team, and it puts them on series point.
Well, would you believe it is they weren't able to have a late equalizer to force it into yet another overtime. And it is Red who put themselves on All-Star Championship point. If they can take it down, they can win this 4-1. But Blue, you feel not done yet, and I think surely, Kingsman, there's a twist in the tail.
Oh, it's a type of series where it has been, and Void's complained that he wants to go get his food. He's not gonna do a panda and go get his pizza early. He's going to wait and actually play the game out. So he's fully focused, and so he'll want to win this game no matter what anyone else on the field wants to do, as they don't care that his food's ready. They might have already eaten. They're feeling refreshed, vibing. As Zyno puts out, take it to Game 7 for Void. That'd be absolute disaster for him. But it's a type of series that definitely can go to Game 7.
All right, Red looking to close it out here. Blue looking to keep themselves in it. And whatever happens here, it has been good to see a lot of good-natured banter in the chat. It does look like the players are out there having a good time, which is fantastic to see. But this is it. Red, can they close it out? Blue want to keep it going, want to want to string it out a little bit, and they'll get the first goal through Flow. And they want to keep Void waiting for his food a little longer.
Yeah, as Hoggy whiffs it in the net, and Flo immediately punishes that off the pass from Karim as Hoggy automatically saves himself. And once again, Blue, not once again, for the first time, Blue take a very quick lead. Normally they've taken leads very late on, but I think it's 7 seconds or 3 seconds in, they take a lead. And now Flo with the backflip looking to set up Karim, but sadly it does not happen for Karim. As Zyno now looking to go middle as Hoggy tries to pin it, but no, it's beaten past him. And Flo now looking to make it 2, and if anything, I think it is going to be 2-4 for Blue at this rate.
Ooh. All right, they do keep it out. Here comes Hoggy, who has complained a few times that he doesn't feel he's had much contribution here. Maybe he can get himself, get going, almost sets up a goal there. Not able to be completed, but Red still in the ascendancy, in the attack. Here come Blue, though. They get it out of their halves. Axe last, looking for a pass into midfield. Cut away, and Blue hanging on to their 1-goal lead for the moment. But we haven't had 1-goal games this series, and I don't see it happening here.
Yeah, no, not very often. As Hoggy now looking to pass it along. As Void now really wants his food. As he gets a pass to Zyno. Zyno now looking to get the pass. And he's just absolutely missed it. That is the biggest. Oh no. Actually, maybe not the biggest. We've actually had Axos on the field, but Flo was 1v3ing. As Zyno with an amazing save as he pulls it back. But Karim, Blue team, looking to push in advance to double their lead.
All right, here they come, and they're actually looking very strong. They're looking the most likely to take a game. They've looked so unlikely for so many of the games in this series as they've gone behind and managed to keep themselves in front, keep themselves in the series. But now they got the lead, almost doubled it. But defending now to try and hang on to the slim lead they've got. Great cutaway from Karim. The pop-up by Flo. No one there to get hold of it. And it comes to nothing as we head to halftime.
Yeah, and Blue team have normally been the better team at halftime. As Axos now takes control of the ball. Now, can he get it middle? As he's just tabbling the ball along, straight to Flo, but nothing there. As Zyno now gets the 50, and Karim missing it now. Void wanting to go eat his food, but Axos says no as Flo wanting to push it along as Zyno booms it downfield, but Karim with a clear now, and Hoggy booming it up to the ceiling, but nothing of it. And Blue team looking dominant in defense with Zyno, just a shot over the crossbar and a double commit from Karim and Flo, but it leads to a Karim goal potentially, and it's a top corner banger. What a goal, and it's a 2-goal lead.
Wow, that seems to have almost come out of nowhere. What a shot off the wall, and the placement in the end perfect. Although it could have been anywhere because no one from Red was in the net.
Yeah, and it's just a goal they give away as Hoggy screams he's a challenger. Obviously not, because that would have been last hour and he'd have been playing in that potentially. As Hoggy now looking to clear this out for the Red team. At this rate, we are going to Game 6. Slowly heading to Game 7. And as you said, you said earlier, this is definitely a Game 7 worthy series.
It is indeed, and minute 30, plenty time. We haven't seen Red having to make a massive comeback, and 2 goals, but unfair to say it would be a massive comeback, but they haven't had to do that work. And now they are, and I'm not sure if they're going to be up for it. They're used to being in front and controlling things from there, but now going to find 2 goals. Here comes Void, who had a screamer of a Game 1, and defensively a great Game 2. But so far here, having been kept quiet.
Yeah, and there's just nothing he could do, but Zyno now just absolutely booming it past as Void with a beautiful pass middle, but it's obviously missed, and I think he'll say he faked that. So for Zyno, and with a minute left, it's All-Star Red who looking to be making a comeback.
Well, we haven't had a last minute in this series. That wasn't a sweaty one, and it's sweaty again. with the 1-goal deficit now. Red within 1 goal of leveling it up.
Yeah, and
Hockey-
it could happen at
Yep.
any moment, in my opinion. It's just whether red can break away or even blue break away and score another goal, as Karim looks to do that. But Axos now drops it down, and that's perfect. 2-goal lead for blue.
Lovely, lovely read, and that should secure it for them. Still a sweaty-ish 30 seconds to go, but with the 2-goal cushion now, you would expect them to be able to hold on.
Yeah, surely. As Void screams he wants his pasta, but I think his pasta will have to wait. As Flo looking to clear it, and he misses it, but it bounces up nicely to the side. As Flo now gets the flip reset, double commits with Axlos. Axlos making sure the pasta sat cold waiting. As Hoggy now dropped to Axlos. Blizzard linking up very well in this series as Flo almost shoots into open net and Void saves it, but as much as he can do this game, I don't think it will be the game as we head to game 6 with All-Star Blue. Oh, actually, I might be stuffing my words as with 1 second left, it's all to play for.
1 second goal. Are we getting way ahead of ourselves here? Is that even a possible thing? Hoggy asking in chat, winnable? Of course it is, but so much has to go right for them, and you just don't see it happening. And no, it's not going to happen. We are going to go to a game 6. And Kingsman, as we sit here, my money is on us in about 7 minutes' time, being in this very position, saying we're going to game 7 on Champions Field.
Yeah, and as much as Void wants to eat, I would love to see that as well. This has been a very well played series by both teams, and no matter what either team wants to say about it, this has been a remarkable comeback from Blue. They've played exceptionally well against the odds, and they're bringing it back slowly.
And amazingly, not a single demo in that game. A completely demoless game. And when you consider how much a part of the meta demos are right now, that is a staggering statistic. So maybe the team wanting to win this can bring those out in the next game. But I'm back in Blue to take this to a game 7.
Yeah, and obviously game 7, nerves will be on both teams. Champions Field. As we're about to leave Utopia Coliseum for Farmstead. It seems not a map I've seen a lot used.
You don't see it a lot in competitive, and here we are.
Yeah, it's crazy. I haven't seen this map that often. I thought we'd be heading back maybe to Urban Central, but apparently not. As we get underway, Axlos and his owl topper, I think he's converted Flo to that as well. Yes, he has. And as game 6 gets underway, will Void be waiting even longer for his pasta or not?
All right, Farmstead in the autumn time, the bright sunshine out on the farm. And I do think every game, I might be stand corrected there. Yeah, every game where Blue have scored first, they've gone on to win. So I do think this is important. I think that has an impact. So if Blue score first, they're definitely taking game 6.
Yeah, and Red will really want to break that curse. As Hoggy now racing to the corner, but Void taking control of the ball and not at the best pinch as Karim pings it to the backboard. And Hoggy, oh dear, as a bit of an optimistic pre-jump from Hoggy, I think it was, as Blue team take the lead. And is this a sign game 6-7 is upon us, Greybeard?
I think we call it right now. I don't think there's any point in playing out the next 4 minutes and 14 seconds. It is Blue. Blue take it. We are going to game 7. We're going to be on Champions Field. But I'm being informed by production that that's not possible. We actually have to play out the entire 4 minutes. But so be it. Here we go.
Shame that they can't just skip this game. Couldn't have been golden goal. As Karim makes it 2. And there's just no red defender. And yeah, 2 goals in the good, and we haven't seen Red come back from this yet. It's a detrimental task, but it's one that will test them completely going into game 7 that will happen at this rate.
Well, As I said, let the record reflect that at 4 minutes 14 left on the clock, I called it. Blue taking it down. Of course, Red are going to have their crack at it. They're going to score a goal, maybe two. Maybe we even see an overtime. But in the end, Blue will win and we'll go to a game 7.
Yeah, well, someone better write that down in their notebooks just so we can refer to it as Greybeard may be the smartest caster out there, but who knows, as Hoggy now looking to change that and looking to disappoint Greybeard. That's almost a double tap flip reset from Void, who really wants to go eat desperately. Hunger might even be setting in for him. We can definitely say that, as Blue look to make it a 3-goal lead, as Hoggy passes to nobody in the middle, as Axlos brooms it away, and Blue could make it 3 here, and they do. What a shot from Axlos. And the game is just running away from Red now.
Axlos having himself a banger of a game, getting his second of it. And yeah, this is the most comfortable Blue lead we've seen the entire series. And there we go, Void asking in chat, can we go to game 7, please? I agree! But apparently we are slaves to the rules.
Yeah, it's a shame, really. They kind of, I think Void's just saying that because he just wants to go eat quicker, because he's understood Greybeard's talent and his logic, and he just knows that there's nothing they can do. There is obviously something they can do, but mentally for him, he just doesn't believe, which he needs if they're gonna make this comeback, which is a 4-goal task. As Karim now fakes Void, as Flo brooms it to Axlos, who goes for a redirect and scathes the ball. And I think halfway gone, this is looking like Blue's game to lose.
Void? Yeah, well, maybe it starts there. Maybe we're finally seeing a flipping of the script. We saw it from game 1 with Team Red getting themselves a decent lead and then giving it up. And now the potential for Blue to do the same. Nice, comfy little 3-goal lead. They've given one of them up. Is there going to be a quick second Red goal just to make things sweaty? No, there isn't, because Karim is going to sneak one past, or maybe clatter one past, to re-establish the 3-goal lead.
Yeah, and just talking Red team up, we're like, could there be a comeback? The comeback kings on Team Blue are making sure they keep that 3-goal lead, and they can just vibe to game 7 to Champions Field and keep Void away from his pasta. He won't be happy about that, and as much as I mentioned it, Hunger will be setting in for him, as he played so well in the first few games that they won, but now there must be tiredness and that setting in for him. But as Hoggy now goes for the aerial redirects, but nothing of it. And honestly, yeah, just take us to game 7.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a feeling of everyone kind of going through the motions out there. Axlos, though, getting an appetite for goals, wants to see more. A minute 40, 3 goals from Red, maybe one here, maybe, definitely. Zeno finds the net, and I'm not sure he followed this looking to put it in, but didn't need to. The angle, superb and perfect. Or 2.
Yeah, what an angle. It's more of a cross than a shot, but it just goes in. Axlos caught completely off guard. But talking about Axlos, here we go. He's on the ball. 50s Void. Karim up. Does he get the reset? No, he doesn't. As it's a comfortable clear for Zino, as Flo sits on the midfield and takes it. And it's just can Blue defend now? Hoggy missing it. Hoggy's been doing some good fakes all evening, but I don't think they're on purpose, sadly. As now Karim looks for a pinch. That's a beautiful pinch. Not going in, though, but Flo can convert. What a play.
Yeah, and the more goals that are scored, the further away Void gets from his food, because how long are the replays? 6 seconds a replay? And you have 13 goals like we had in game 1. That adds what, 70, 80 seconds to the game. And every goal scored, we're watching the replays. It gets longer, and what a game this is for Blue. The most dominant they have looked the entire series, and they look very determined to force a game 7 here.
Yeah, and I can't see anything but a game 7. I don't think we've seen 3 goals come back for Red. We've seen it for Blue, as there's a flip reset from Hoggy, but it goes nowhere. And we've just seen Void go flying past camera as well, as Axlos looks to charge downfield, charges down his former teammate for the season, Hoggy. as there's just no blue attacker and no red defender there to meet the ball. It is game 7. Greybeard predicted this 4 or 5 minutes ago, and it looks like with 24 seconds left on the clock, surely we are going to game 7.
We are indeed, and we could have saved ourselves 4 minutes. 4 minutes in our lives we're never going to get back. We could have called it early, but no, we saw it out, and it is Blue that have come from 3-1 down to make it 3-all, forcing a game 7, the tightest of all the All-Star series this evening. And it is Karim who's going to get his hat trick on the stroke of 0 seconds. And we are game 7 time.
Yeah, and Karim really showing what he's made of this game. 3 goals, 2 assists, 2 saves. And we're going to Champions Field, holding up what everyone wanted to do this evening. And, just keeping everyone away, as we also have to wait now for the minute for Red Team just to readjust, as they're going to have to be thinking through how to beat this Blue Team who looked the most dominant I think they've looked all series this game.
Well, you know, everyone's out here having a good time. We're all having a lot of fun. The players are having fun. We're having fun. But in the midst of having fun, you still do want to win. And I wonder if Red may be letting the fun get ahead of them here, while Blue Team maybe get a little bit more focused, a little bit more serious. They certainly got the momentum now. 2 games on the trot. Can they make it 3 to complete an almost reverse sweep? A game 5 reverse, a best of 5 reverse sweep in game 7.
Yeah, and it's doable. This team have looked so good since that game 3, and they've just looked, in my opinion, they've looked way better since I think. And here we go, Champions Field. This is where a true all-star champion is made. Will it be red or will it be blue? Only time will tell.
Well, the time for that to tell is right here, right now. Champions Field, do or die for both. The only thing we're missing, of course, is the game 7 overtime, and that is certainly a possibility.
Yeah, but as we say that, Flo looks to say no to that, as Hoggy just sat on the goal line. Honestly, what a boom though. Can be said as Hoggy can't save that perfect top corner shot. Flo's accuracy, doesn't want an OT, he wants to win it in regulation.
Team Blue don't lose games where they score first. And I guess that's true of the other side as well. But it is Team Red that have not scored first. They're going to have to upend that little trend if they are to become the all-star, the rivals all-star. My goodness, that was amazing. It deserved a goal. But the Rocket League gods want nothing to do with your quote-unquote deserved goals. It's not to be. But they are up in front, and oh my word, and now Karim bringing out the air dribble, almost making some happen, but now they're a little bit awkward. They do get the clear.
Yeah, and it's a really clinical pinch clear, especially after a double commit from them both, as Hoggy pushes it middle, but nothing, absolutely nothing, as Karim just takes control of the ball. No one pressuring him, as Void gets a clinical 50 on the goal line. And it keeps Blue a veil, but Red Team really need a goal soon if they're going to keep momentum up in Game 7.
All right, well, they do have the 1-goal lead, and to their credit, they've done quite well in holding on to a slim lead and then taking a bit of time, but then finding a way to extend it. And Red not having the proficiency with finding ways to come back into the game. They're going to be in trouble here. Axlos just needed to get that on target, the open net. He doesn't extend the lead.
Yeah, and it'll be a real shame that they can't extend it, because Red might score any time. Hoggy looking to set himself up. He just booms it downfield. There's no hope, no pass. I don't think anyone's there unless I've missed it. As Zyno now getting balled by his own teammate Void. Red are crumbling. Red cannot handle the pressure in Game 7 as Zyno booms it downfield. As Axlos and Hoggy both being in his finals winners, they'd have played with this pressure before, I think even worse to an extent, as Hoggy middle, but a booming clear from Axlos defends any sort of pressure as Zyno booms middle, but straight to Krim. There's always a blue attacker there to defend. Always. Red just can't seem to get out of their half.
All right, well, they continue to hold on. They've got the 1-goal lead. They've done well with it. But now here comes Red. Intercept there. Hoggy trying to make it, keep up the pressure. Isn't able to. And now an attack on the other side. Void will get the save. And suddenly there's a bit more urgency in the Red team. They realize all the fun and games. They're like, hold on a second here. We're about to lose All-Stars. We want to have fun, but we don't want to lose.
Yeah, losing's never fun. Even if you did just come for a vibe being 3-1 up, I know from experience, and then losing 4-3 is the most painful way to go. Especially if the games are so close, but Karim doesn't want to come out of here a loser either, and he extends the blue team's lead.
All right, well, this is exactly what they did the last game. Got the first goal relatively early, played a fairly neutral game for quite a long time, and then got the extended to 2. And more and more I see Blue taking this down. And unlikely that they will, because for a lot of the early portion of the series, they were in trouble so often. But to their credit, they never gave up. They stuck to their task. They found a way to claw themselves back into series when it looked like they were down and out. And now here they are, a minute and a half away from being the Rivals All-Star champions.
Yeah, but Red are going to want to look to upset that party. Maybe just Void might want just to go get his pasta at this point. Who knows what they could be thinking in the Red camp. As Hoggy pinches it clear on the wrong end. And Zyno looks to make it middle, but that's pinched over and Hoggy called to on defense after almost making the play in offense. As Hoggy looks to put it down, but he can't. And Void now pushes it, and it's not gone in. As Karim bumped, there's no one there for Blue. As Hoggy takes the biggest turning angle and the free save. As he just balls himself, I don't know what Hoggy's doing at this point. Hoggy's just having fun. As Axlos now pushes it middle. Zyno clears it away from Flo. As Karim looks to make an angle, it's an amazing angle. But Hoggy gets his second save of the game. And it's just all Blue at the minute. There's no hope for Red, surely at this rate.
Well, there's always hope, but it's certainly a dimming hope, a hope that's fading in a hurry. They're trying to make something happen. They've got to score like right now. This has to go in, and it doesn't. Does the response come? Hoggy! He's taking a lot of time with the air dribble flip reset attempt. It's going to burn 4 or 5 seconds off the clock, and now we're beyond the comeback territory. Blue, Team Blue, the Rivals All-Star champions.
Yeah, and very well deserved. What a comeback for Blue. It's absolutely astonishing to see such a good comeback. And GG Holy says Karim, we are holy, what a comeback. As Void has gone off to eat his pasta immediately. But what a series, well played to both teams.
Yeah, and a great series, the best of the night. We opened proceedings with the 4-0 sweep, and then a little bit tighter in the next one, 4-1, and this one, the All-Star Rivals going the distance, Game 7. But All-Star Red were 3-1. They gave up 3 games on the trot, and Blue though winning 3 games on the trot to best of 5 reverse and become the champions.
Yeah, it's absolutely astonishing to see something like this. This will probably be in their hearts for ages now afterwards. And obviously Axos being able to gloat to Hoggy that he won All-Stars and he didn't. As we know, they both played on Blizzard this season. But no matter what, you give credit to all 6 players. It was an amazing series.
Yeah, good stuff, and well done to everybody, but especially GG's to Team Blue, who kept themselves in it even when it looked like they were going to be ridden over. They kept themselves in within distance, and they take it in the end. So massive performance from them, and that brings us to a close tonight. 3 All-Star series wrapped up. 3 more to come tomorrow. Of course, we've got Elite, Master, and Premier. those streams, those best of 7 All-Star matches coming up tomorrow night. And Kingsman, that pretty much wraps things up for you and I believe.
Yeah, and obviously one more thing before we go. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Lunar Organization versus HyperX and Badass Studios, and also check out all our socials, which are down below in the bottom right. But that is it from me, and it's definitely all from Greybeard. Thank you all for coming out and watching these 3 amazing matches tonight, and we will see you in the next one tomorrow night. Thank you.
Peace!